How's it going, everyone? Sessiion here. Welcome to Final Fantasy XIV. Officially, it is the Japan Keynote as we know it, starting in a few minutes from now. I did want to just kind of get a couple of thoughts out in relations to the keynote and with FanFest and everything that is to come, since we are exactly 4 minutes away from now from it starting. So in the previous video that we had on the channel, we kind of predicted a couple of key ideas that were going to be related to the keynote in its entirety. The first thing and foremost, of course, is that whatever the second DPS job is, knowing that it will be a caster, the outfit will be worn by Yoshi P when we actually have the trailer finish. Additionally, the trailer will be completely done. So we'll actually get to see the trailer in full for the game, for Dawntrail, in exactly 3 minutes from now. On top of that, most likely, if it is what I think it's going to be with the intro, most likely it'll start off with the title screen of Dawntrail. So similar to how with Endwalker, when you know, the moon and the eclipse, and then it goes like Endwalker, right? We're gonna get that. It's gonna be the first thing that pops up once the screen goes dark and we get started. Then it'll kind of showcase kind of what the music will be like, and it'll black out, and then we'll get the full trailer. In this trailer, I think we're going to be seeing Kryl, because she's supposed to be the caster job that will basically be the new introduction to the job, but also she'll have her identity be further explained through Dawntrail with that job intact, which is cool. I think on top of that, there might be like a little bit showcase of the villain a little bit further more so. I don't exactly know just yet, but we will see, because to me, the villain was showcased strongly, obviously, in the Endwalker trailer, not so much in Shadowbringers, and you know, so I do believe, well, I mean, obviously we had the beginning of Shadowbringers Zenith, but like not the same, you know, it was a very unique trailer. So with Dawntrail, I think that we did get, you know, we had Ghoul as like the, you know, the person just beating us up in the beginning before we pulled out the Viper class, right? I think we'll get a little bit of a further insight as to who the villain may be involved with the expansion overall. Now, of course, that being said, with the keynote in the previous regions, they did talk about how the Scions will be going through this divide, and I don't really know what that entails exactly, but I think we might get a small piece of that in the trailer. Now, with everything that's happening outside of the trailer, we're going to be getting we're going to 100% understand the raid. So whatever the raid series is going to be, you know, that's going to be confirmed in this trailer. We may not see the bosses, but we will definitely see like the title of it. So like with the raids here for Endwalker, right, it was called Pandemonium, right? We're going to get that name confirmed in this trailer, or sorry, in this keynote as well. They will give us some lore in terms of what the caster job is, which will be really cool, and I think we'll see another collaboration as well. We might get a small little hint as to what the third job or second limited job is. I don't exactly know for sure though, but I don't really expect them to showcase it to us. If they do, I'll be very impressed. I would also love to see some of the dye stuff that they kind of showcase a little bit as well, and a lot of other graphical changes to come with it as well. We'll see. So without further ado, okay. Interesting. It's like the
blue seas, clear skies, and boundless possibilities. I dare say our destination will soon be in sight.
the music is so different. Like, it's so different. Ooh. Yo, this music is nothing like we knew it from. The other trailer music was so summery. This is very darker. This is very dark in comparison. Let's go with Sessiion. Okay. I was hoping for the title screen. We'll probably get it after this. This is still such a godlike moment. Oh yeah. That part still hits. Ooh. Then I guess I'm making Sessiion.
Might you have a moment to speak further?
Trial? Oh, no. Okay. This is sick. There's a taco. Oh, it's got to be Cryo, this part. Oh, it's a painter class. Oh, shoot. Oh, it's the painter. Okay. Ooh. I love how like jazzy this song is. Okay. This is so nuts.
There. Look, my friends. Behold the scene of our next great adventure.
You and your adventures. I trust you have not forgotten the true purpose of our voyage.
At last, we are come to the
Oh, that's so sick, actually. That's actually so sick. Okay. You know what? I had such a... I don't know why I thought that it wasn't a female rock harpy. Her voice, it wasn't like a Viera per se, but I in the back of my mind, I knew it was a female rock guard. Like, I knew it was. I just didn't say it. Okay. Oh, it's still summer 2024. Okay, not the final date still? I knew it was... Oh, I knew it, man. I had a feeling. I had such a strong feeling that she was a female rock guard talking, but I didn't say it out loud in my mind. Oh my god, that's sick, actually. Okay. Painter. Interesting. Very, very interesting stuff. Oh, and he's got the jersey on? Man, I hear the baller. I'm surprised he's not wearing like the no painter attire. At least maybe it's not him.
おはようございま
I can see what you're saying. Okay.
す。配
Maybe
信
he
の
didn't
皆
have
さ
a
んもおはよ
painter
うござい
idea. I would
ま
love to know what the
す。
painter outfits look like. Oh my
皆
gosh.
さんようこそお越しくださいました。ファイナルファンタジー14プロデューサー兼ディレクターの吉田です。よろしくお願いします。もうサイリウムの数がすごくてちょっと動揺しておりますありがとうございます。 Hi guys, thank you for coming today. My name is Naoki Yoshida, producer and director of Final Fantasy XIV. さあ、新生14 10周年グローバルファンフェスツアーのトリとなる日本のファンフェスティバルいよいよ開幕で
It
す。
would say Warrior of Light in the background.
ただですね、新年1月1日、能登半島の方で非常に大きな地震があって、被災された皆様に、心よりお見舞い申し上げます。非常に困難な状況から、1年ね幕開けとなった日本なんですが、僕らやっぱりゲーム開発者にとって、特にファイナルファンタジー14にとっては被災された光の戦士の皆さんがですね日常を取り戻した時に、お帰りなさいと、楽しい世界がしっかり、作られて維持されていくことが我々の一番やらなければいけない仕事かなと思っておりますので、全力でそれを取り組んでいこうと思います。X でもちょっと拝見したんですけど、やっぱりいらっしゃれない、この会場に来る予定だったのがいらっしゃれなかった光の選手の方のコメントも拝見しました。ただそこに書かれてたのはせっかくの機会なので自分が行けなかった分まで、皆さんに楽しんでほしいというふうにコメントを拝見しましたので、この会場に、いらっしゃる皆さん、そして配信ご覧の皆さん、僕らも含めてですが、とにかく楽しく目いっぱいやって、皆さんに力を届けられればなと思ってますので、どうぞ楽しんでいきましょう。さあ、じゃあちょっとコメントもですね今日ちゃんと返しをもらっているので、こちらにニコニコ動画がございます。ありがとうございます。楽しむのが仕事だって、イエーイ吉田見てるって、これ必ずありますねあります、見てますよ、見てます。はい、こちらは、YouTube と、Twitch です。新ヘアスタイルってそれかって、それ吉田の新ヘアスタイルなだけなのよろしくお願いします。ファイナルファンタジー14新生10周年ということもありますし、世界中の光の戦士の皆さんのおかげ、それに支えられてですね、まさかのこの東京ドームでの、開催となりました。そのお礼の意味も込めてですね、すいません、世界中の、光の戦士の皆さん、基調講演、7.0 の情報を楽しみにしていると思いますので、ここだけはすいません、英語同時通訳、通訳対応でやらせていただければと思います。全世界で盛り上がっていきたいと思いますので、日本のプレイヤーの皆さんもご理解いただけると大変助かります。さあ、というわけで基調講演の通訳パートナーはリード英語翻訳者のケイトさんです。さあ、ケイトさん入ってきてください。
どうぞよろしくお願いします。And hello to everyone on stream. I am Kate, the lead English translator, and I am once again here to tell you what Yoshi P says.
さすが英語お上手。
I am very good at English. Thank you. ありがとうございます。
ロンドンのファンフェスの時にはケイトさんね、ちょっといろいろ作業がね忙しくて工事にバトンタッチだったんですけど、どうですか、 7.0 の翻訳作業順調ですか？
順調です。
お、即答で順調。
I was unable to attend the London Fan Fest because I was very busy working on 7.0, so Koji thankfully took over. But it is going well, our development progress, and I am making sure to fuel my motivation with a lot of tacos. So, tacos を食べることでモチベーションをバフしながら頑張ってます。
そんなにタコスね上がるんだね。
まあそうで、まあグラハティア見ればタコス食べたくなりますよ。
あ、なるほど。
If you see Graha, you want to eat the tacos. It's not weird. It's not weird.
さてさて、改めまして、ファンフェスティバル in 東京ドーム、夢のようなファンフェス、ワクワクをお届けする2日間、その幕開けは僕の基調講演からスタートします。その内容はもちろんこちらになります。
So once again, welcome to FanFest in Tokyo. This is a dreamlike FanFest being held in Tokyo Dome. And we want to kick it off with my keynote, the subject of which is, of course,
拡張パッケージ黄金のレガシーの最新情報をお届けしてまいります。
the newest information on our expansion Dawntrail.
そして気になる発売日なんですが、きっと3つ目のファンフェスだから発売日出るんだろうなと思っていると思うんですが、すいません、計画上の日程はもちろん決まってはいるんですが、現状ギリギリまでちょっとすいません、スケジュールの最終調整確認をしております。
So given that this is the third FanFest, you're probably expecting us to announce the release date of Dawntrail. Unfortunately, though we do have an internal date that we are targeting, we are adjusting the schedule, making sure it's fine-tuned as much as it possibly can be before announcing, so we will not be sharing that today.
なんで慎重かというとですね、皆さんよくご存知かと思いますが、今月のフィナーレでですね、私ゲーム業界人として人生初めての延期をさせていただくということをしてしまいましたので、ちょっと今回はたとえ数週間だろうが、そういったことがないようにギリギリまで、しっかりした日程調整するためにあとほんの少しお時間いただければと思います。
If you're wondering why, well, it's because, as you know, for Endwalker, for the very first time in my career, we had to delay the release. We don't want that to happen again, even if it's just a few weeks. So we are taking great care to make sure that our schedule is on track before announcing, but we will get you that info as soon as we can.
Yeah, that's cool.
もうコメントでですね、10月か、夏じゃないよなっていうコメント溢れてるんですけど、大丈夫です。夏って言ったら夏です。
People are saying, you mean October then? It's not going to be summer? It's going to be October, isn't it? No, it will be summer.
ちょっと、ファイナルファンタジー16だってサマーって言って6月に出てるんですよ。
We said in 16 we were going to release it in summer, and it came out in June.
スクエニ時間じゃなく、14時間の夏でちゃんと出すようにします。
We will not be releasing on Square Enix time. We will be releasing on 14 time, which means properly in summer.
はい、できるだけですね、早く発売日の情報をお出しできるように、頑張りますので、ちょっと別の次の機会で、させていただければと思います。すいません、よろしくお願いします。
So we will work very hard to get you that info as soon as possible, and we'll have it for you next time. So thank you for your patience.
さあでは本格的に黄金のレガシーの中身についてお話ししていこうと思いますが、もちろん皆さんが一番気になっているのは
Of course, let's talk about the content of Dawntrail and the thing you're most looking forward to.
Painter. At least something in the
新たな
nature.
ジョブの追加ですよね。
I wonder if it'll just be called
A new
painter.
job.
さあ気づきました？どんなジョブでした？
Did you figure out what job it is?
リルムって言われたジョブ名じゃない。
That's not even a job name.
さあ僕があれこれ説明する前にですね、動画で一番最初その動きをご覧いただこうと思います。
But before you hear from me, let's see it on video.
それではどうぞ。
The trial or the trailer for it. Can I get like a full glam opera kind of a deal? Ooh, that's actually fire. Okay. Wait, I love that it's a realm inspired glam. That is so clean, actually. Okay, that's the spellcast. Thunder? That's fire cast? Ooh, I like how cartoony it looks, actually. Okay, it's been ice. Ooh. Like a mover laser? Interesting. Pictomancer.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Pictomancer.
黄
This
金
makes
のレガ
sense.
シー新ジョブ第2弾はピクトマンサー
It
筆を
uses
武器と
different
する
elements.
遠隔魔法 DPS となっています
The second job of Dawntrail will be ranged magical DPS wielding a brush, the Pictomancer.
さあ皆さん予想の方は当たっていたでしょうか
Did you guess correctly?
Actually,
ラスベガスのねファンフェスでちょっとね謎の僕
yeah,
T シャ
the
ツ
paint
着てまし
splash
た
made
が
more sense than the fact that it was
Yeah,
green.
at Las Vegas Fan Fest, I wore a very mysterious T-shirt.
まあうまいことなんか2つのジョブのヒントっぽくなったのかなっていう気がします
I feel like it was a good hint for both jobs.
はい
Definitely was. Yeah.
ピクトマンサーはですね FF6 に唯一登場したジョブになってます
Pictomancer was the only job to debut in Final Fantasy VI.
ファイナルファンタジー6では筆を使い敵のこうイラストを描いてね描いたその敵の
FF6 is
技を
definitely
使うと
the
い
theme.
うジョブでした
In FF6, Pictomancer used their brush to draw their enemies and therefore use their techniques.
ファイナルファンタジー14ではその描くという部分を発展させピクトマンサーがさまざまなモンスターだけじゃなくて絵を描いてそれを魔法として攻撃や補助などの効果を発動させていくという
It
見
kind
た
of
目
gives
に
me
も
like an
非常にユニークなジョ
interesting
ブになって
summoner-esque
ま
vibe
す
a little bit.
FF14's Pictomancer has a bit broader of painting skill. They can paint not only monsters, but landscapes and other things, not just the enemies that they are currently facing. And they also have a very unique appearance.
暁のメンバーであるクルルが今回ピクトマンサーにジョブチェンジすることになりました
And the Sessiion Kryl has become Pictomancer.
Love that.
ねクルルずっと
Which is
ちょっ
cool
と
though
戦
because
え
they're
なく
going
て
to
ね
eventually change
お
her
留守番が
outfit to
続い
be
ていたんで
Realm's
きっと
outfit,
頑張ってく
which
れたん
is
だと
sick
思い
actually.
ます
Because Kryl could never fight before, right? She was always sort of stuck watching things at home. I think she probably tried really hard to take on this new role.
吉田はピクトマンサーのコスプレをしないのかっていうふうに、目に入ってきておりますがさすがにこのジョブ、50歳のおじさんが、コスプレするのは厳しいものがあると
I'm seeing people saying, why isn't Yoshi P cosplaying the Pictomancer? But honestly, I think it would be a little bit difficult for me as a 50-year-old man to portray the image of this job.
その一部からっていうのをちょっとやめてもらっていいですか
People are like shocked.
スタッフ真に受けるんでというわけで今回はですね僕の代わりにですね素敵なモデルさんに、新ジョブ衣装を着ていただいてます
But in my place, we do have a wonderful model who will be showing off this job gear.
Ooh,
ご
okay.
登場いただきましょうどうぞ
Let's call her out.
Imagine it's like the actress who's playing as Cryo or something. Ooh, it's actually so clean. Actually so clean. Actually, so many times.
いやさすがでしょ
Wow, impressive.
う可愛い
Not
の
for
声ありが
nothing,
とうござい
but
ま
the
す
ultimate weapon to this
どうですか
job
って
is
見て
going
く
to
だ
look
さいよ
so clean.
無理でしょ
See, this wouldn't be a good look on me.
I love the actual design of the job.
ちょっとコメント会場の一斉に大丈夫似合うよみたいなのやめてもらっていいですか
Everyone keeps saying, no, it'd be fine, it'll look great, please stop.
こちら新ジョブピクトマンサーのジョブ専用装備をまといイメージキャラクターとして登場していただきました
So our model here is wearing the job outfit for Pictomancer.
着心地はいかがですか
How does it feel?
良い
Good.
It's a
なん
very
か
good
俺
design.
の
I like how
装
true it is to
備のクオリティ
Realm,
高
but
か
it
ったり
still has its
確
own
かに
like
すごい
14 touch to it.
My gear was also of high quality, but man, this is impressive.
ではピクトマンサーのね、紹介が終わるまでちょっとステージ上に一緒にいただきましょう
If you could stay up here while we finish introducing Pixomancer, that'd be great.
ではピクトマンサーの特徴を見ていこうと思います。
So let's look at the details of this job.
まずロールに関しては先ほどお伝えした通り遠隔魔法 DPS で装備枠はキャスター枠になってます。
So this will be ranged magical DPS using the gear of casting.
そして筆という専用の武器を使います。
And they have a special weapon that is their brush.
コメント配信そろそろそのコスプレした吉田の腹が見たかったとかそういうのはいいんで集中して聞いてもらっていいですか。
I see you all on the stream saying you wanted to see my midriff. Please stop and pay attention now.
こちら対応クラスはございません。最初からジョブの状態で戦えます。
So there is no requisite class for this job. You can just start from the job itself.
そしてスタートの初期レベルは80からとなっております。
Starting level will be 80.
ジョブクエストの開始位置はグリダニアとなっております。
That's exactly what I was thinking too.
And the job quest will be beginning in Gridania.
黄金のレガシースタートの際には条件を満たしていればすぐにでも使用可能となっています。
So long as you've completed the requirements, you will be able to pick up this job right as soon as you get into Dawntrail.
そうなんかグリダニアでジョブクエスト開始するの久しぶりなんですよね。
It's been a long time since we had a job quest start in Gridania.
はい、結構特徴的なジョブクエストになっておりますのでジョブクエスト自体も、お楽しみください。
The job quests themselves are also very unique, so I hope you'll look forward to that.
では続いてバトルのイメージに行きましょう。
Now let's talk about what they're like in combat.
まず先ほどお伝えした通り筆に魔力を込めて描いたイメージそれを力にして戦うのがピクトマンサーです。
As we mentioned, the Pictomancer concentrates aether in their brush to release their power by drawing pictures.
絵画魔法というジャンルの魔法を使います。
It is the magic of an artist.
さらにですね、ファイナルファンタジー16のピクトマンサーはね、相手のモンスター自体の絵を描くっていうジョブだったんですが、
The Pictomancer in 6 was drawing just their enemies.
ファイナルファンタジー14では相対する敵に関わりなく、さまざまな生物や武器、さらには風景を描いて効果を発揮させます。
But regardless of what enemy they're facing, FF14's Pictomancer can draw creatures, weapons, and even landscapes.
結構あれですね、VFX、エフェクトと呼ばれるものもピクトマンサー専用のタッチでちょっとね、
landscape buffs will be like a regen or like a support
ドローイ
buff,
ン
and then there's
グ
also going to be
さ
a
れたような
landscape buff
形で
that's
か
like
な
a
りね試
power
行錯誤
buff.
を繰り返して作っています。
We have quite a few original visual effects for Pictomancer to really make it look like they are drawing.
絵を描くためには詠唱時間がありますが、もちろんそれを補う無詠唱魔法とか、アビリティも存在しています。
Of course, in order to create a work of art, it's going to take some time, but to go along with that, you will also have instant cast spells and abilities.
ピクトマンサーは自身が攻撃するだけでなく、パーティーを強化するような魔法も一部持っています。
And the Pictomancer does not simply attack, they also have magic that can buff their party.
サポートジョブというわけではないので、そういったところ結構気にされる方いると思うんですが、サポートジョブというわけではないですが、黒魔導士のような攻撃特化ではないということだけお伝えしておきます。
We wouldn't say it's a full support job if that's what you're thinking, but it is not quite so attack focused as something like Black Mage.
ちなみに普段
It's
遠
probably
隔魔法
more
DPS キャスターやってるよ
red
っていう方どれぐらいいますか？
support. Probably
Who's
more
playing
supportive.
ranged magical DPS right now?
I love me
結
some
構い
red
ます
mage.
ね。
Quite a
It's
few.
probably going to be more
ピクトマン
supportive
サー
than red
は
mage,
ちなみに
but still be
蘇生
offensive
魔
in a
法
good way
は持
too.
っておりません。
'Cause I feel like it might have a buff.
Pictomancers cannot res you.
Oh.
さあではちょっと頭の中イメージできたかなと思いますので、先ほどの動画もう一度ご覧いただこうかと思います。
So I think you have a good idea now in your mind of what Pictomancer might be like. So with that, let's take another look at the video.
I wonder if it's going to be like a partner-based. I don't think so though. I feel like it wouldn't. It's like it's not a hybrid. I don't want to call it a hybrid, but I would say like it takes aspects of Red Mage's support. It probably has good team support and a team buff, and it has its own support. But it also casts spells of at least there's 4 elements. We got fire, lightning, earth. There was ice in there. That's a landscape thing. There's ice. And there's like a Moogle Beam, which is interesting actually. I mean, the Moogle Beam makes sense with relations to the lore. But there's a lot of things that are missing that we don't exactly understand. There's a lot of missing pieces to the Pictomancer. It's interesting because with Viper, you get a lot of more info about Viper than you do about Pictomancer. Pictomancer's missing a lot of information. Because I can't even figure out what that landscaping thing is.
So we have a question from the chat asking, okay, even if I am just terrible at art, can I be Pictomancer?
絵が死ぬほど下手な吉田にも使えているので大丈夫だと思います。
I am so bad at art that it is like just so dreadful, and I'm fine, so you'll be fine.
I think the most interesting thing about this job so far is that it doesn't have a res.
It does not require artistic skill.
Because it's the only caster that's been recently introduced that doesn't have a res. Because Black Mage doesn't have one, only Red Mage and Summoner do. So the fact that Pictomancer doesn't have a res is fascinating.
ここでちょっとピクトマンサーに関してですね、ドイツ語のプレイヤーの皆さんに一つお知らせがございます。
Now we do have one announcement about Pictomancer for our players playing in German.
これまでファイナルファンタジー6のオリジナル、それからピクセルリマスター、ドイツ語版では、ジョブ名をですね、このように表記してました。今パワーポイントに映ってます。
So in FF6, both the original and remaster, Pictomancer had previously been translated as Duplicant.
Duplicant. まあ多分これ造語だと思うんですけど。
I think that makes sense because the way how the job's identity is in 14 versus 6 is not the same thing. Because you don't really cast spells in 6.
Yes, duplicate has a bit of a special meaning in MMOs, you know, dupes of items.
でおそらくですね。まあモンスターをコピーする、デュプリケートするような多分イメージで当時ドイツ語のジョブ名作られたんだと思います。
But at the time, because the job was in fact duplicating your enemies, that's why they translated it with a name that means duplication.
ただ実際こうピクトマンサーというジョブに関してその敵の姿をコピーするだけではなくて、いろんな絵を描くっていう遊びをピクトマンサーに作っていこうとするとどうしてもジョブ名とイメージの開きが出てしまうので今回 FF シリーズ全体で協議をしてですね14のドイツ語版では今書かれているようにどちらかというともうピクトマンサーに近いこちらも造語になりますがジョブ名を作りました。
However, because 14's Pictomancer is focused around creating original works of art, not just duplicating, we thought there would be quite a gap between the name if we use the legacy translation. So therefore, for all of the FFs, we will now be using this new name, Pictomant.
今後また新たな FF シリーズでピクトマンサーが登場する際には今回作ったピクトマントというドイツ語表示を使っていこうと思いますのでミスではないのでドイツ語プレイヤーの皆さんしっかり協議した上で FF シリーズ全体として決めましたのでご理解いただけますと助かります。
So in future Final Fantasy games, you will see Pictomant as the name for this job. So please know that's not a mistake. We didn't forget the old name. This is this choice we made for all of Final Fantasy with everyone involved. So thank you, and we hope you'll enjoy the new name.
まあやっぱりこうシリーズね 歴史が長いとこう発
That
展して
would
いく
imply
中
that
で
Pictomancer is a
当
future
時ね
job in
そ
a future
の
Final Fantasy game.
限定した機能に対してだけ
Which is
名前を付けたものが後になってねこうそれを拡張しようとすると噛み合わなくなるっていう結構例かなとは今回思いました。
Honestly, when you have such a long-running series as Final Fantasy, you will run into these cases where what made perfect sense at the time is no longer working for us, and this is a great example of the sort of stuff we deal with.
ただやっぱりシリーズの可能性とか、発展性ということを考えたときに変更しなければいけないというタイミングがあるというのも今回しっかり議論した上で決めましたので、まあ、似たような事例ね今回はドイツ語でしたけどいろんな言語でまた出てくる可能性もありますので、なんとなく頭に入れておいていただけると助かります。
But you know, as we grow and develop as a franchise, we really need to adapt in the way that is best for Final Fantasy's future. And this time it only affected German, but I think it will probably happen in all languages at certain points. So just remember that that's what we're bearing in mind when we make these decisions.
Yeah, exactly.
さあでは続けてさまざまなキャラクターが登場するこの黄金のレガシーそのストーリーについても、触れておきましょう。
So let's move on to the story of Dawntrail, which will feature myriad characters.
As hopes and light
今回
dawns
皆
once
さん
more,
に
a
お
hero
届けするのは
looks
再
into
三
the
英雄
horizons,
光の戦士への
waiting
最高の夏休みと
bring
お
a
伝え
visitor
して
from
きまし
the far
た。
west, seeking the warrior of light's
As
aid
we've
in the
mentioned,
rapid
we will be
succession
giving
of
you
storms
the
which
greatest summer vacation a warrior of light could have.
That's such a
新たな冒
lie.
険そしてそのバカンスの目的は西方トラル大陸になります。
The site of this vacation and our new adventure will be the continent of Tural.
依頼されるのはトラル大陸にあるとある王国の王位継承霊星の助力です。
And the reason we will be going there is for the right of succession for a nation over there.
その依頼主となるのが
It totally makes sense that
And
Cryle
the
doesn't
person
have
who has
any outfit
requested
on.
our help
こちらの
Is
キャ
the
ラクターです。
Fenrir,
is her.
Yep. The question is, what is her name? Also, very cute
トラル
design
大
for like
陸
a
の
rock
王
guard.
女
Like
ウク
male
ラマ
rock
ト
guards
と
are very
いう
manly
キャラ
and
クター
like
に
you
な
know
りま
like
す。
big
This
beast
character
mode.
is Wuklamat. She's the daughter of the current ruler of Tural.
Oh, that's sick, actually.
なんとな
Okay.
くね、
Okay.
あんまり見たことのない種族にも見えるんですけれど、
I feel like I haven't seen this before.
ミコってだよね多分ね。
Is it a Mikote? そうですよね。
多分ちょっと体質的に
Yeah, this is the
ちょっと
confirmation
モフモフして
announcement
るミ
that
コっ
like
てだと
female rock
思い
guards
ま
are a
す。
thing.
I think it's just a really, really fuzzy Mikote. まあ、それしかないですよね。
そうですね。まあまあじゃあ気にしないで先進みましょう。
Don't
They're
worry
gonna
about it.
definitely go into further detail about this.
この王位継承レースというのはさまざまな候補者が入り乱れて競うものになっています。
So in this right of succession, we will be competing with other various contestants for the throne.
その王位継承レースの道中ですね、さまざまな気づきやドラマが待ち構えています。
The daughter
And there will,
of
of
the
course, be a
current
lot of
ruler.
revelations and various dramatic turns along the way.
Okay.
まあその王位継承レースというからには他にも候補者います。
Of course, as a contest, we do need people to compete against.
さらに暁のメンバーがそこにどう関わっていくのか、それらはぜひ皆さんの目
I
で
would
お
love
確か
to
めく
know
だ
what
さ
the
い。
ruler
And
is.
so I hope you'll look forward to finding
Like the
out how
current ruler?
exactly the other Scions play into that competition.
今ご紹介したこの新たな登場人物であるウクラマトなんですが、いよいよパッチ 6.55 のメインクエストパート2から登場となります。
Oh, part
As
two.
for Wuklamat, who we've introduced today, you will be able to meet her in patch 6.55 part 2.
Yeah, that makes sense.
早速ですね、非常にキャラ性強いキャラになってますんで、ぜひですね、皆さんの手で、新しい物語のまさに序章をですね、体験していただければと思います。
She is a very strong character, so I hope you look forward to getting to know her.
そんな気になる、分かった分かった、じゃあパッチ 6.55 はいつなのかねと。
Okay, so you're wondering, I'm sure, when is patch 6.55 coming out?
In 2 weeks.
パッチ 6.55 は1月16日公開となります。
It'll be coming out on January 16th.
10 days from now, if anything, but yeah. That's good. Yeah, that makes sense.
さすがにね、来週週明けはすいません、ちょっと僕らファンフェスの疲労で倒れているので、厳しいので、なんか一週明けて、リリースさせていただきます。
Obviously, after FanFest is over, we are all going to be passed out, so we're taking a week and then releasing.
なおですね、すいません、パッチ 6.55 は24時間メンテナンスを予定してます。
And also, we are planning to have a 24-hour maintenance for this patch.
これはですね、パッチ 6.55 の公開作業に合わせて、皆さんの日本の全データセンターの各種、いわゆるサーバー機材ですね、ものすごい高性能サーバーがたくさん並んでるんですけど、それを最新の機材に全て入れ替えるという作業を同時に行わせていただきます。
This is because we will be replacing the entire Japanese data center infrastructure with newer machines.
これによってですね、さらに安定性増しますし、いろんなことが、アイテム関係だったり、土地だったりハウジング、いろんなことまたやりやすくなりますので、それらのメンテナンスとそれから最新機器への入れ替えということを、今回やりますので、すみません、ちょっと長時間のメンテナンスになりますが、ご承知おきください。
We're sorry that it's such a long maintenance, but this will contribute to future stability and our ability for the servers to handle things like items and housing, so we ask for your understanding.
はい、では続いて新たな冒険の舞台となる西方トラル大陸追加情報を、見ていきましょう。
So let's take a look at some new information about Tyrol.
こちらオールゼアの全体図ですね。三大洲の西方に位置する巨大な大陸です。
So on the map, you'll see that it is to the west of the three great continents.
こちら左に見えるのがトラル大陸ですが、
And on the left is what we've shown you so far.
こちらですね。で、今回なんとトラル大陸というのはですね、南北に大きく、大陸が存在していて、今回の舞台となるのは、その南北トラル大陸を股にかける冒険になります。
But Tyrol is actually a very massive continent expanding from north to south, and we will be going that full length during our adventure.
What is that place?
なので最新の、14の世界地図はこのようになっております。
So this is the full new map.
そしてご紹介してきた今回新たにプレイヤーの皆さんプレイヤータウンとなるのがトライオラです。
And this is the new player hub that we introduced to the Olal.
このトライオラ自体がこの南北のトラル大陸をつなぐ橋の役目を持っています。
Tuliolol actually functions as a bridge connecting the north and south parts of the continent of Tyrol.
先ほど公開したトレーラーの方にもこうやって巨大な橋出ていたと思います。
As you saw in the trailer, there is a literal bridge.
今回の冒険はこのトライオラを中心にトラル大陸の南北をまたいでの大冒険となります。
So the Tuliolol will be at the center of our adventure. It will span from north to south of Tyrol.
南北文化的な統一感というのはある程度はあるんですけど、ここではちょっとネタバレで言えないさまざまな出来事により南と北で大きく物語が揺れ動いていくことになります。
Though there's a degree of unity between the cultures of the two due to certain developments that I will not share here, there will be major story developments in both North and South Tyrol that will change the story significantly. So you can almost think of it as a two-part structure.
もちろん一つの壮大な物語 7.0 自体で、そうなっていますが、内容をねやってみると2部構成に近い、新しい我々のチャレンジにも見えるかもしれません。
Of course, the whole story overall is one unified story, but you may feel like it does have two distinct arcs when you play through it.
では新たなフィールドを、振り返りと新しい情報を交えつつ、ご紹介していこうかなと思います。
So let's both review and take a look at some new information on field areas.
まずこれまではスクリーンショット等々でしか出せなかったものをまとめてですね、既存の情報公開した部分動画にして ダイジェスト動画作ってきましたので、まずはそれをご覧いただきましょう。
So far, we've only been able to show you a few clips and screenshots, but we've put together all the materials we have so far into a collection that we will show you now.
それではどうぞ。
Okay. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. The graveyard's an interesting picture. Oh, I love that. That's actually really, really cool. Oh, that's definitely going to be everyone's favorite place to be. Okay. Interesting. That's the bottom of the forest
ありがとう
area.
ございます。
Thank you.
That's the bottom of the forest area. Yeah.
さてさて、
That
かな
art is
り
very
冒険のイメー
industrial
ジ
for what it's worth.
多いですね。
That's
自然地形、そういった数々ご覧いただきました。
So we've taken a look at some natural scenes that really speak of adventure.
ではここからはですね、既存エリアの紹介でしたので、さらに新たなエリアを、ご紹介していきます。
But those were areas you've seen before, so let's look at some that you haven't.
ちょっと今まで見たものとは毛色が変わるので、あまりすみません、多くは語れないです。
These are pretty different from what you've seen so far, and for that same reason, we can't tell you a whole lot about them.
その点すみません、ご了承ください。
Please understand.
まずはすみません、いきなり動画からいこうと思います。
We'll start with a video.
どうぞ。
It's gonna be very industrial type wise. Okay, it wasn't supposed to be like this though. Wait, what? Okay, this is North Tyrol. Whatever that you may think, this is North Tyrol. Whatever that you think that it is. Why is it like a... Wait, what? Why? Why is it so cyberpunky?
突然の絵代わりに
This is
会
not
場
like-
騒然としておりますが、
There is not a single place in
Yes,
the
that was a
world
pretty
that looks
sudden
like this
change of
place.
visuals there.
こちらのエリア、ちょっとね、動画の方では本当オブジェクト全然出せない、
Not
ネタバ
even
レが強くて出せないんです
Charlie's
が
technologies like this.、
エリアの名前をソリューション
The
9
solution
と
what?
言います。
Solution
We
9?
really can't show you a lot of specific objects from this area because it would be spoilers, but we can tell you it's called Solution 9.
こちらのソリューション9も、プレイヤーの、皆さんが滞在する大都市がトライアラだとすると、こちらショータウンの状態になってます。
This too will function as a town, much like the player hub of Tuliolal.
I hope this is
では
like
ち
the
ょっ
Rezet
と
Han.
だけ
You know what I
説
mean?
明をしておきましょう。
A city of
I will
towering facades
explain it
constructed
just a
by an
little bit.
entirely different
ト
civilization.
ライオラとは
So
全
here,
く異
this
な
is
る
this is
文
the
明によって築かれ
location
た
that is developed
天楼
based
都市
off
とな
of
っ
the
ています。
ruler.
So this has
And
been
their
constructed
usage
by
of
a
technology.
totally different civilization than Tuliolal.
そんなの見たらわかるよっていう話だと思うんですけど、
I
This is
think
the
you can probably
industrial
tell just by
side.
looking.
名前の由来はですね、すみません、いろいろご想
Because
像
the
ください。
culture
ちょっ
of
と
the
だけ
other
スクリーンショッ
place
トも
of
お
like
見せし
Tyrol
ま
and
す。
Toyol, they're much
But maybe have a
more.
think about why it might be called Solution 9. And we have one more screenshot to show you.
もう今まで皆さんが思い描いてきた
There's like a
黄金の
transit
レガ
system
シー
with the
の
trains
イメー
and
ジが
whatnot.
ガラガラと音を立て
But
て
it
崩れ
also
去ってい
doesn't
く
look
感
like
じが
elegant
します
technology.
I feel like we are loudly destroying any mental image you might have had for Dawntrail right now.
すいません、ちょっと先ほど言いましたが、オブジェクト等はね、ネタバレが強いので
Solution 9?
いろいろちょっと削除したスクリーンショットになってるんですけど、まあ実
It'd
際
be
にはいろんなオブジェ
crazy
クト
if it's
存
like
在
the
してます。
ninth
Like I
shard.
said, we can't really show
Well,
you
can you
specific
imagine?
objects in this setting because it would be a spoiler, so we've kind of erased them all, and this is just the background.
まあビルなのか、
What if the
こう施設なの
technology
か、
is coming
こ
from
れ
the
ね、
ninth shard?
かなり雰囲気が今までと異なってます。
But I don't even think they've talked
But are
about the
these
ninth
buildings?
shard.
Is this a facility? In any case, it's quite different from what we've seen.
先ほどもお伝えした通り、このソリューション9、プレイヤーの皆さんのショータウンでもあるので、かなり施設や設備の多い場所となっています。
But as I mentioned, it will be a player hub, so you can expect a lot of different facilities and features there.
どんな物語になるのか、そもそもここはどういった場所なのか、これまでの今までのね、6.X シリーズまでとも異な
The
る
problem is
雰囲
it's a
気での
city, so it's kind
冒
of
険、
hard
い
to
ろいろ
imagine
ご想像
what
ください。
monsters or
But
creatures.
you know, as for what this place
Navigated?
actually is, what sort of
'Cause not
story
even-
will take place here, you'll just have to imagine for yourself something that is quite different from
Not
what we've
even
seen thus
Mare is
far up to
advanced.
6.x.
ではもう
Like
少しだけ新しいエリア紹介していこうと思います。
And I'll show you one more area now.
こちらはアートワークとなっています。
This is the concept art.
こちら
Interesting.
新たなエリア
It
名
almost
ヘ
gives me
リ
like
テ
a
ージファウンド
Midgard
と言い
vibe.
ます。
And this area is called Heritage Found.
もう謎しかないですね、これね。
It's kind of
It's pretty
Midgard
mysterious.
vibed.
蒸気機関を持ったような列車が走ってます。
There seems to be a steam-powered train.
まあしかもこれアートワークですけど、手前と奥と
Yeah,
で
but the difference
異な
of
っ
it
た
is
ね
very
文明が混ざってるよう
different.
に
The difference
見えます
is
が、こちら
dramatic
は
though.
一つのエリア
It's
の
not
中になって
futuristic,
ま
but it's
す。
industrial.
And
But
it
the
certainly
city
looks like the
is...
stuff in the foreground and the stuff in the background were constructed by different civilizations, but this is all one area.
In this region, overflowing with lightning
異常なほどですね、奥側
energies,
電気に
thick
満
thunder
たされ
clouds
た
blot
地
out
域
the
になって
sun,
ま
while
す。
streaks of purple lava
This
illuminate
area
the
is
land, day
absolutely
and
replete
night.
with lightning energy.
ではここからはですね、ちょっともう説明ができないので、スクリーンショットだけちらちらお見せします。
But I
what's
can't
that
really give you
monster
any more
called?
explanation than that, so we'll just take a look at a few more screenshots.
The
なので
monster that they
7.0 黄
mentioned
金のレガシーには
beforehand, the
いろんな
exterminator,
エリ
the,
アが出てくるよと思ってい
something
ただければ
they mentioned it in
助かり
the
ます
European
You'll just have to take this in the spirit of there are
The
a
monster
variety of
makes sense.
areas
It's
coming.
very similar
Yeah,
as related to
まず一枚目。
the city.
もうまあこれまでね黄金のレガシー
It's
自然地形とか荒野ばっかり紹介してきたんですけど、まあこういった地域もあって複数の文化というの
The
が混
technology
在してい
comes
ま
from
す。
some place that's not
So
from
far we've shown you a lot
Eorzea.
of fields and natural scenery, but as you can see here, there's also these very unique areas with cultures
If
intermingling.
it's called Solution 9, I
なんとなくね、
wonder if
ガレマー
there
ル
is
帝国っぽい
civilization on the
イメー
ninth
ジにも
shard
見えな
that
くも
bled
ないんですけ
into
ど、ちょ
Tyrol.
っと違いますね。
It looks
it
a little
wouldn't-
bit like Garlemald, but not quite.
It wouldn't directly explain why they would come here
ガレマールだと黒
from
と赤だ
there
もんな。
if they're so much more
And Garlemald was very
technologically advanced
black
than
and
us.
red.
そして2枚目。
Because it
奥
also
に
gives
見
me
え
an
るのは先ほど
FF13
の
vibe,
アート
but
に
it's
も
very
見えてい
different
た
though,
タ
because the
ワーなの
lightning,
か何なのか。
the lightning energy
In our second
vibe
screenshot
is
here, in the background, you can see that same thing, whatever it is, a tower maybe?
まあ、こういった地域だとしても人々は、ここでたくましく力強く生きています、これらはダンジョンではなく、プレイヤーの皆さんが冒険するフィールドとなってます。
But even in an area as strange as this, we have people living their lives. This is not a dungeon.
なんかここで釣れ
No, it's a
る
natural
主
town.
どんなやつなんだろうなっ
the
て想像す
technology
ると
has figured out a
I
way
wonder what kind of big fish you can fish up here.
to resonate with
そし
the
て最後、
lightning sky.
こんな場所もありますというのだけ
A carousel?
お伝えしておきます。
There's also this, and that's all I'll tell you.
まあ、とにかくですね、7.0 黄金のレガシーいろんなもの
I mean,
を
this looks
詰め
like
込
an
んだ
attraction that you would
格闘
put in the
に
gold
なっていま
saucer.
す。どんなエリアなのか何が待っているのかいろいろご想像していただければ嬉しいです。
But it's also out of place.
But what we've shown you is that Dawntrail will have a variety of areas and things to experience.
It's very
So let
out
your
of place
imagination
for
run wild.
Solutions 9 and Heritage
さあ
Found.
ではエリアの紹介をしましたので、 こちら友好部族、この地域に住まう部族たちのおさらいをまずはしていこうと思います。
But now that we've talked about the areas, let's talk about the people who live there who might become your potential allies.
これまでにペルペル族、それからモブリン族を紹介してきました。
We've already introduced the Pelupelu and the Moblins.
もともとですね、この地域巨人族文化も強く根付いており、オールゼアとは異なる夜不海族という巨人たちも見受けられます。
So in this area there is a deep-rooted culture of giants, though they're not called giants, they are called the Yokhui.
バヌバヌ族にも似た姿のちょっとねカラフルな種族ですが、ハヌハヌ族と言います。
We also have these colorful folks who look quite similar to the Vanu Vanu, and indeed they are called the Hanu Hanu.
これプロデューサーレタライブとかでも話すとき、吉田滑舌悪いなって言われそう。ハヌハヌ族です。
It's interesting that they're also regionally
Yes, so
different.
they are called the Hanu Hanu.
そして何よりですね、今回やっぱり注目なのはこちら、さまざまマムージャたち登場してきます。
But the most important part of this are the Mamulja.
トライオラを収めている相当の2つの、ね、頭を持つマムージャ、グルージャジャを筆頭にですね、数多くのマムージャ族が登場してきます。
The most prominent example is of course the current ruler of Tuliolo, the two-headed Gulul Jaja, but there are plenty of other Mamulja of all shapes and sizes.
ここでちょっとスクリーンショットで紹介しているのは、その一部になりますが、多様な、部族が登場して物語の中でもその部族同士の多くの価値観というのが、物語上提示されていきます。
But his daughter's asking for our help.
What we're showing you in the screenshot is but a small sampling.
So
In the
he's not-
story, I think you'll find
he's the
that the
person we're trying to
Mamulja are
help
very
maintain the throne,
diverse,
but we're fighting him because he
including
doesn't
their
understand why we're
perspectives
there.
and values.
Interesting.
彼らと光の
Okay.
戦士である皆さんが出会い、どのような冒険の道を進んでいくのか、
If
そ
Galul
し
is the
て
current
プレイヤーであ
ruler
る
and the
皆さん
daughter of
自
the
身が
current ruler is a girl who's
今回の物語
helping
から
us to help
どういった
them.
ものを
Yes.
感じ考え
We're
ていただけ
fighting
る
them
のか、
because they
僕
think
自
that we're
身も
trying to
非常
take the
に
throne
楽し
from
み
them,
に
but they don't
し
know
つ
that we're
つ
actually
制
going to
作
help
を
them
進めて
secure
い
the
ます。
throne from whoever is a new ruler.
I'm really looking forward to seeing
means that Galul
how
isn't the
meeting the
actual,
Mamulja will change your adventure, and
he's
also
not the
how you
primary
specifically will feel about them and what you will take from this story.
He's not the primary antagonist.
さてさて、
We haven't
じゃあ
seen the
ここから
primary
はですね
antagonist yet.
各種システムのアップデート、それからコンテンツについて、お伝えしていきます。
So now let's move on to system updates and more details about the individual content.
現状お伝えできる最新の情報をすべて盛り込んで 7.0 全体をお話ししていこうと思います。そして 7.X シリーズにも触れていきます。
So we will be giving an overview of all of 7.0 as well as 7.x, including as much new information as we can share right now.
All right, here we
すみま
go.
せん、まずは何度もお伝えして恐縮なんですが、ついに皆さんのレベルキャップが100になります。
As we've said a few times, the level cap will be raised to 100.
Q14 からやってるよという方、どれぐらいいらっしゃいますか？
How many of you have been playing since 1.0?
I wish
あり
I
がとうご
would
ざい
have.
ます。ありがとうございま
Thank
す。
you.
皆さんとはね、足掛け13年以上の旅路になりました。
It's been more than 13 years together.
うわ、すごい、コメントでもたくさんね、手を挙げていただいてます。本当にありがとうございます。
There's
皆さんの
a
お
lot of
かげで
folks in
ね
the、comment as well.
我々今、こんな場所で各章についてお届けできているので、本当にありがとうございます。
Thank you all so much. We've gotten to this point because of you.
もちろん、申請スタートのタイミングから始めてくださった方、最近始めてくださった方も含めて、光の選手の皆さんがいてくださるからこそ、ここまでね、我々開発チームの長い旅でもこの10年あったと思うので、その果てにですね、ついにレベルキャップが3桁になると、これ長く続けられないと到達しないので、本当にありがとうございます。
Of course, all of you who joined from 2.0 and those of you who have started playing recently as well are equally important. We could not have gone on this long, long journey of 10 years without you and reached this milestone of a 3-digit level cap.
Love you.
さあ、では今日お伝えした ピクトマンサーも含め、7.0 ではバイパーとピクトマンサ
They
ー2
have
つの
to
ジョ
at
ブ
least
が
make a
実装となり
mention
ま
of the
す。
third job, right?
So including Pictomancer that we introduced today, as well as Viper, we will have 2 new jobs in 7.0.
ちょっと質問してみようかな。
So let's
バイ
ask,
バイパーやるぞっていう方。
who's going to play as Viper?
I'll dabble in it.
お
I won't main it into the new expansion, but I will definitely
Maybe
play it.
25, 30%? Yeah.
ピクトマンサーやるわっていう方。
Who's going to play Pictomancer?
多いな。
Wow,
I'm
there's a lot of
definitely
you.
going to play some
Yeah, yeah,
Pictomancer
yeah,
as well.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah, yeah,
very
yeah,
curious
yeah.
as to how that
結局
job
全
is
部やる
going
んだ
to
よってい
function.
う人。
That's the
Who's going to
biggest
play
issue.
everything?
I mean, that's me right there. I'm 100%
当然
playing
やろう
all
みたいな
23
感
jobs.
じでありがとうございます。
Everyone's like, yeah, obviously I'm going to do that. Thank you.
All 23. Yep.
コメントでもそりゃそうだろう。
Technically 34.
Of course.
まずはピクトマンサー、バイパー、どっちもやる。
I'll be very
結
intrigued
局
if they
全部やる
don't
って
talk
書
about
い
the
てい
third
ただいてます。ありがとうござい
They
ます。
A lot
kind
of
of
folks
sort of
saying, I'm going to do
should.
both. I'm going to play them all. Thank you so much.
まあ新ジョブだけじゃなくて他の
そうですね
既存ジョブに関しても、ね、レベルキャップ解放された新たなアクション追加されますし、大きなメンテナンスが入る場合もありますので、既存のジョブもですね、しっかりアップデートしていこうと思います。
Of course, it won't just be our new jobs. With the level cap being raised, we will be adding new actions and updating our previous jobs as well.
では続いてバトルコンテンツ、ちょっと
This
基
is
礎
where
バ
they
トルコン
introduce
テ
the
ンツ、
ru-
新
So
情報も
he's
含
the
めてです
current
ね、いろいろ
leader,
お話
by
し
the
ていこう
way.
と思います。
So let's talk about the core battle content, including some new info.
The raids here will be introduced.
もうこの辺り今表示されているものは今回もしっかりありますよということをお伝えするだけです。
Of course, as far as everything on this screen goes, we just want to let you know that we will, of course, be adding more of these.
It's interesting how
もちろん多数の新ダンジョンご用意してあります。
how complex
And
it
of
is on
course, we'll be
that.
having many new dungeons.
ダンジョンの制作非常に順調に進んでます。
The progress on dungeons is going quite well, actually.
今回はですねその制作が進んでいて
It's
ストーリー
interesting
のネ
that
タバレ
these are
に
the dungeons that
な
we
らな
have
い
so far.
ものを動
The
画
final
として
dungeon will
ち
take
ょっと
place
編
in
集してまと
Solution
めて
9
まい
for
りましたの
sure.
でご紹介したいと思います。
I'd like to show you a video. This is of the dungeons that that are well underway, and also that will not be spoilers for you.
どうぞ。
All right. Okay, this is the first one. This is definitely Dungeon 1. Ooh, okay. Oh, I love that there's interactables like that. That's actually so cool. I love when they actually make it more than just like a walking situation. Oh, it's lightning expected. Okay. Oh, that's interesting, actually. Now that we know what the city is, I think this is Dungeon 2. The crystals are lightning expected. But the problem is that Valley Garmonda... Interesting. Okay. Valley Garmonda is not an Esper or Primal that only utilizes one element. It utilizes 3.
まあ祖権の方からも言われてますが、まだ曲はモックアップなので、
So I wonder why the
これ
lightning
が
aspect is so
最終
heavily
クオリティだと思わないでねって
exaggerated
言
in
ってる
this
と思い
one?
ますんで、お伝えしておきます。
I will tell you I have a message from Soken, which is that this version of the music is just a draft. It's not done yet.
制作の方は非常に順調に進んでおります。いくつかのダンジョンはですね、僕の、一時チェック、道中チェック完了しているものもちらほら出始めております。
But our progress with the dungeons really is proceeding well. I've gotten to the point of my first stage of quality checks on some of them.
続いて、ちょっ
New
と
threats.
敵側
Ooh.
のことを見ていこうと思
We
いま
gotta
す。
see that boss
I'll
thing again.
take a look at a few
Like
enemies.
that Alexander looking thing. Oh
こ
shoot.
ちらすでに
Wait,
ご紹介
it's
した
Archeo Avis.
バリガルマン
And then
ダ
that's,
エリミネーターとなんかボス以外にもねちょっとユニークなモンスター
I mean
い
that
ますね。
that Cactuar is a whole
So
nother
we have
question.
the ones we've introduced so far, Valley Garmonda, Eliminator, and there are also some
Eliminator.
interesting monsters
Okay.
outside of the major bosses.
The Eliminator.
ちょっ 筋
that's
トレ
Valley
しすぎた
Garmonda.
感あります
Okay,
よね。
so Valley Garmonda,
This
Eliminator.
thing looks like it lifts, perhaps too much.
なんというか超なんていうんですか筋肉質なサボテンダーに見えるんですけど、どうやら名前は
The Eliminator.
バレルテンダーというらしいです。
So this super buff sabotender is called the barrel tender.
めちゃくちゃなパンチドーンしてくるイメージしかないですよね。
Sounds like a
I
reference to
can't
Donkey Kong.
imagine it will do much rather than just punch the heck out of you.
まあ NPC だけでなくね、こうした新たな生態系というのを持つモンスターとの出会いというのも拡張パッケージの魅力の一つかもしれません。
I think it's not just the NPCs in the new environment that are exciting. Part of it is experiencing these unique monsters as well.
The Eliminator is
そしてもちろ
interesting.
ん強敵と戦う上でですね、コンテンツサポーターに関してもアップデートが行われ
It
ま
will
す。
be insane
And
if
of
they
course,
announce
while
that
you're
it'll be
fighting, you will
usable for
want
the
these duty
trials as
support
well.
updates on your journey.
That would be
今回
crazy.
クルルが
The dungeons make
キ
total
クトマン
sense.
サーにジョブチェンジしておりましたので、ついにコンテンツサポーターデビューのような気がしております。
Given that Kryle has changed to Pictomancer, I feel like she will be making her duty support debut.
クルルさんおめでとうございます。
Congratulations, Kryle.
ちょっとね、僕クルルさんにはちょっと大きな歌詞が1個消せないやつがずっとあるんで。
I have a lot of feelings about Kryle.
貸しじゃない仮だった。もうやばいのが1個あるんでね、もうちょっとずつ恩返ししていこうかなと思ってます。
I feel I really owe her one, so let's use this to pay her back.
コンテンツサポーターたちはストーリー上でのボスとの戦いというのでも、しっかり活躍してくれることと思います。
I think you'll find these updates very useful when progressing through the story.
では続いて多数の装備、それから新しいクラフトというものがやっぱり拡張パッケージなので大量に登場してきます。
Of course, as it's an expansion, we will have a lot of new gear and recipes.
今回拡張 7.0 で新たに登場する新装備というのは全て第一次グラフィックスアップデートの仕様によって最初から豪華に作られていますので、 7.0 の新装備の
Not that
ク
they
オリティという
would,
ところに
but
も
if they
ぜひご
somehow
注目ください。
announced like a color wheel thing.
So all of the new gear that is implemented in 7.0 will have the graphics update applied to it. So definitely take a look at that quality once you get in game.
では開発中ではありますが、スクリーンショットいくつか持ってきたのでご紹介します。
These are still in development, but we did bring
I
a few
wonder if they'll
screenshots, so
actually
let's
ever
take a
build a color
look.
wheel system because the die system is interesting actually.
こちら左から召喚士、侍、賢者、ガンブレーカーとなってますね。
Right, so from
I
the left,
really
we
vibe
have
with
Summoner,
that
Samurai,
Gunbreaker card.
Sage, and Gunbreaker.
どうしてもスクリーンショットでは分かりにくいんですが、今回それぞれのパーツに異なる素材感という、それから質感、シワの入れ方っていうのまで相当こだわって作
The
ってま
summoner
す。
outfit looks so
It's a little
good.
bit hard to tell from the screenshots, but each element of these outfits, in terms of textures, quality, and details, are really much improved.
今回は特に布系の質感というのがですね、非常に豪華になっているの
I think I
で
found a new summoner
ちょっと
today.
ご注目いただければと思います。
I think especially the quality of the cloth really stands out.
手に入れた際にはですね、ぜひ、冒険ゆっくり一段落してからでいいので、じっくりちょっと装備というのも見ていただけると、開発チーム喜ぶと思います。
Of course, over the course of your adventure, once you have time for a break, I hope you'll take a close look at this gear. That would make the devs really happy.
そしてこちら貴公子リーパー
Ooh,
先生術師
that
そして
Astro
ナイ
coat
トで
goes
す。
kinda
So here
hard.
we
The
have
Reaper Glim is also pretty sick.
Machinist, Reaper, Astrologian, and Paladin.
Paladin is interesting
光
too.
の当たり具合だとあれですね、貴公子のあたり分かりやすいかもしれないですね、クオリティ。
I think
Okay.
the quality might be easiest to see with the Machinist.
これら装備はブラッシュアップ、それから調整というのをリリースギリギリまで、続けていきます。
And we will continue brushing up and improving this gear right until
I said
release.
brushing up.
もちろん、ジョブ専用装備だけでなくおしゃれ装備というところにもご注目ください。
I actually
Of
really
course,
like
it
that
won't just
Reaper
be
Glim.
job gear. We'll also have plenty of fashionable gear for you as well.
では装備もちらっとね、 ご紹介しましたので、次の項目進みたいと思います。
All right, so let's move on.
新たな生活系の大規模コンテンツやりますよというお話をさせていただいて
Well,
ま
that
した。
girl in the background's wearing
We have told
the
you that there will be expansive new lifestyle content.
Island Sanctuary glade.
企画内容がですね固まりましたので、ちょっとコンセプトアートをご紹介していき
She
たい
has
と思
the
いま
tie-dye
す。
shirt. The
And
tie-front
finally,
shirt.
our plans have come together, so we do have concept art of that to show
Oh,
you.
right. There's like a party system version of it, isn't it? Ooh. Oh my god, it's like a firmament on the moon?
どこ行くんだよっていう感じ
That's
なん
what
です
that
けど
looks like to me.
Wow, where are we going now?
ご覧の
the
通りです
leopard
ね
in the background.
次なる大規模生活系コンテンツはさまざまな惑星に
I
訪
love
れ
this
てい
art.
ただ
This
きま
art
す
is so clean.
So as perhaps you can guess, the next lifestyle content will take you to various different planets.
一つの星だとねなんかちょっと絵が変わらないじゃないですか。今回絵代わりっていうところも考えてですね、いろんなシチュエーションの惑星にちょっと行っていただこうかなと思ってます。
If it was just one, you wouldn't get much variety in the scenery, so we thought we'd give you a bunch so you could get a sense of progress.
なんかね西方のトラル大陸で冒険だとか言ってるのに、じゃあちょっと
really
星行
love
ってきて
that
もらえるかなみたいな。
You're thinking, oh, all right, let me go on an adventure to the continent of Tyrol, but let me just pop over to this other planet also.
こちらのコンテンツタイトルこのようになっています。
Cosmic
Cosmo Explorer
Exploration? Oh, that's such a
The
good
name
name.
of this content will be Cosmic Exploration.
That's
こ
really
ちらのコン
cool.
テンツはですねソロでもちろん参加することはできますけど、皆さんで力を合わせて発展させていくものになっています。
You can, of course, play this content solo, but it's really intended for everyone to work together to make progress.
この向かう先エリアっていうのもですねパッチアップデートが進んでいくことによってテーマとする惑星が変わっていきます。
And with each update, the star that you were working on will change.
どんな惑星をこう巡っていくのか、そこでねどんなドラマが待ち受けているのか。メインクエストとは異なりますが、パッチ 7.X シリーズ順次こう展開されていく、長期間のコンテンツになっていますので、ぜひご注目ください。
It'll be a little bit different than the main scenario, but definitely keep an eye out for this and think about what kind of places you'll visit and what will happen there.
あれですね、セイントセイヤの話をしている人が多いですね。
A lot of people talking about Saint Seiya.
もうコスモって言ったらもう世代によってはすぐそうなっちゃうんですよね。
To most of us, if we say the word Cosmo, we think of Saint Seiya in a certain generation.
さあ燃やしていきましょう。
Let's go.
さらなるこのコンテンツの詳細はですね今後またプロデューサーレターライブなどで、順次お伝えしていこうと思います。ご期待ください。
We will tell you more about this content in PLLs coming up.
さあ続いてはこちら、新たなアライアンスレイドについてです。
We got the
Next,
return
about
to
our new
the-
Alliance raid.
Oh yeah.
前回こちらですねアライアンスレイドどうなるかというところは
I'm so excited for this,
MMORPG
man.
としての大先
I'll
輩
be
でもあ
amazed
り
if there's
運
any
営開始から
more
ねなんと
context about this.
21年を誇るファイナルファンタジー11をテーマにした内容でお届けしてまいります。
So as we've told you before, this Alliance raid will be based on FF11, who is our great senpai in the field of MMOs, having been running for 21 years now.
今、開発制作を進めるにあたっていろんなコンセプトアートやイメージアートを進めているところなんですが、1枚ちょっとご紹介させていただこうと思います。
We've been progressing on this development, and so we have various concept art, of which we'll show you one today.
Oh,
これ
sick
ご存知ですよ
actually.
ね。
Okay.
Oh, some of you know.
11を多分やってる方は
Yeah.
ご存知かと思いますが、
Interesting.
闇王と呼ばれる存
So
在
they
で
got the
す。
Shadow Keeper
Those of you
over
who played
here.
FF11 will probably know, but this guy is called the Shadow Lord.
どんな登場をするのか、
Oh.
それから他にねどんなボスとかキャラクターが登場してくるのか、ストーリーはどうなるのか気になる部分多数あるかと思います。
Shadow Lord's gonna go
I'm sure you're very
hard.
interested to know how he shows up, what other characters you'll see, and what the story is overall.
I wonder if she'll
こちらも
totally
ですね
considering she's already in 14.
プロデューサーレターライブで詳細ねさらに近づいてきたら
I'm expecting
お
like
伝えしていきますが、
Lion in first,
この
Maybe some
こそ
off-mount, but I
学
don't
んでい
know
る
about Shintaro
パ
though.
ッチ 7.1 からスタートしてまいりますので、
Also,
まあ、パッチ
Shadow
7.0 終わって、こちらまたね
Shadow
注目
Work,
してい
like,
ただければと思い
you know
ま
what I
す。
meant.
So we will give you more details in future PLLs, but for now, just know that Echoes of Vana'diel is coming from 7.1.
はい、ではアライアンスレイドを紹介しましたので、
Yes, this is it. We
こち
got
ら
the
新たな
raid
物語
tier.
が開幕
It's
とな
going to be
る
very
8人レイ
fascinating
ド
to know
に関
what
し
it's
ても
going
お
to be.
伝えしてまいります。
And we have another new story coming with the 8-man raid.
さあこちらもですねコンセプトアート
I
が
have no
仕上が
idea.
りましたの
The
で
concept art will
そちら
tell
を
me
見
if
てい
it's
た
a
だ
familiar
こ
thing
う
or
か
not
な
at
と
all.
思います。
We have a concept art for that as well, so let's start by taking a look.
Oh, shoot.
あ
What? Oh, it is
拡張パッ
solution
ケージのね
9
アート
base.
とかけ離れすぎていて何なんだ
This
Huh.
is really different from our art for the expansion in general.
GPU って言ってる
Is this a
It looks like-
GPU or
It
what?
literally looks like a
グラボ
graphics
グラ
card.
ボ
Yeah.
グラフィックボードが起立してるって言
So
って
the
る
raid
I
tier
definitely see a graphics
is going to
board
be
in there.
based off of
ツイッチと
The
YouTube
future
特に
city.
ツイッチがですね
okay.
すごい型番めっち
That's
ゃ連
going to be
呼してま
so
すねみんな
fascinating because all of the monsters that we've had
You all
over the
know a lot about
years,
this hardware.
none of them have
まあ
ever
一体
looked
どこなのかねそう
like
何なのかさっ
cyberpunk
ぱり
esque.
わ
The
かんないと
closest
思
thing you
い
got
ま
into that
す
is like Omega,
But
maybe.
what is this? I'm sure you have absolutely no idea.
でも皆さんグラボっぽいなって言ってるやつあれがレイドの舞台です
But that thing you think looks like a graphics board, that is actually the stage for our raid.
冷却したくなるって言ってる
Wait,
こちらレイドタイトル決まっております
The raid title has been decided, and it is
the
四
Arcadian.
天のザ・アルカディアというシリーズが、こちらレイドタイトルとなりますさてどんな物語になるんでしょ
The Arcadion. What sort of story will it be, I wonder?
う、こちらもですねレイ
That's
ド
going to be
ならで
conflicted
はの
because
多
it's
数
going to
の
be
新キャ
like
ラクター
A1
登
through
場予定
Republican
とな
kind
ってい
of thing.
ます
Unless they do
Of
R,
course, there will be a myriad new characters coming with
because
this raid.
R will make more
物語
sense because
は
it's
ですね、ファイナルファン
Arcadion,
タ
so
ジー
it'll be
40
more
完
like
全オ
R.
リジナルストーリーとして、今制
But you
作
can't
が
call
進
it
んでおり
A
ます
because
And the story
Alexander
itself will be a
already has
complete
that.
FF14 original.
Yeah, it's
もちろん
original
で
in
す
its
ね、ストーリー
entirety.
を進めていく、
Interesting.
まあ、難易度ノーマルと、
Because
難易
it's
度
not
が
going to have
高い
anything
形
to do
式
with
そ
the
れぞれちゃん
previous
と
iterations
用
of
意
the
し
game's
てありま
universe.
す
Of course, we will have the normal mode for you to enjoy the story, as well as the higher difficulty Savage.
パッチ
Imagine they announce the
7.0 リ
ultimate. That'd
リ
be
ースから
crazy, actually.
まあ、おおよそ1ヶ月ぐらいで、ノーマルと霊式と順次公開していく予定ですのでぜひ楽しみにお待ちください
We will be releasing normal and Savage in sequence about 1 month after 7.0.
まあ同時だとね焦っちゃうんでねはい
Yeah, that's fine.
If it was at the same time, you'd feel rushed, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
さあでは
That
8
makes sense,
人レイドご紹介
We
しま
enjoy
し
the
たので
trials. We enjoy the side content.
So
The
that is
post-game
our
content.
8-person raid.
高難易度のレイド大好きだっていう方ってどれぐらいいますか
Oh, you already know.
And who
Like,
likes the highest difficulty raids?
ありがとうございます
are they going to
最
release
近
their
ね
announce the
絶
ultimate?
言っ
If
て
they
る方
announce
多
the
いん
ultimate,
ですよ
that's going to
ね
be
A lot of people
so
playing ultimates.
nuts, actually.
さあ次は新たな
Oh my god,
絶
there's
に
no
関
way.
してのお
There's
話
no
です
way.
And we will have a new ultimate raid.
次なるですね絶
There's
も
no way
現
that they
在
actually
企
tell you who it
画制
is.
作順調に進んでおります
The planning and development for this is already moving along.
さて今回何がテーマになるかと言いますと
As for the theme,
何でしょ
what will it be?
No, I don't actually
Either you-
know.
うゼノス
I
Xenos.
think people think that it's going to be Shinryu. I'd be
どちらどうですか？
surprised
どなたか？
if it's Shinryu, actually.
死生獣ああなるほどね順番に来とるやんとなるほどうんと言ってますね
There's going to be
死
two.
生獣ね死
Eden
生
is
獣
the
以外で
second
何か
one.
ありま
We're
すか
thinking we're going to go in order of.
If they break the
Eden.
order, that's going to be the
Ah,
best
naruhodo,
thing
Eden.
ever.
Eden?
エデンね
If they don't,
Eden!
oh my god, they're skipping Shinryu. Eden is
次
the
なる
first.
絶
Okay.
コンテンツは希望のそのエデンの とあるストーリーをモチーフとした内容になります。
They're not doing this.
So part of the story from Eden will be our theme.
こちらのアートを見覚えもちろんありますよね、光の戦士の皆さん。
I'm sure you remember this art.
レイド
Interesting.
タイトル
It's
は
not going to.
絶もう一つの未来
Futures
という名称になりました。
Oh, that's so good.
So
Yo,
the
that's
title
such.
will be Futures
That's
Rewritten
such a good
Ultimate.
name. That's such a good name.
この名称ですね、パッチ 5.4 のパッチタイトルにもかかってます。イメージアートもその
Futures
時のもの
Unwritten
で
is
す。
such a good
As you
name.
know, this is also the name of patch 5.4 and along with its art.
今でもですね、
Yo,
非
it's
常
gonna
に
be
人気のあるストーリーと
It's
それ
gonna
から
be
キャラクタ
so
ーたち、
good. It's gonna be so
ごめん
good.
それらをですねモチーフにどんな
It's gonna
戦
be
いとか
so good.
シチュエーションが待っているのか、ぜひですねレイド好きな皆さん
So
お
that means
待
that
ち
they're
くだ
going
さ
out
い。
of order.
This is even now a popular story and very popular characters. So please look forward to what we will do with them in
But
this
there's going to
raid.
be two ultimates.
こちらの絶はですねパッチ 7.1 でリリース
I
予
hope
定
they
となって
actually
おります。
explain why they're skipping
We are
it.
planning to release this ultimate in 7.1.
まあぜ
That's
ひね
interesting.
ゆっくりちょっと挑んでいただけ
Because
る
he
と
knows
嬉し
that
い
they were going
で
in
す。
order.
So we hope you'll take your time with it.
さあ次コンテンツのこう継続してアップデートしていきます
Interesting
よ
that
とい
they're
うお知ら
not
せだけしてお
doing
きます。
Shinryu.
Now just some
Or
quick
Stormblood
updates
for
on our
anything.
ongoing content updates.
さまざまなコンテンツアップデートをしていきますので、こちら、
We have quite a few things we'll be updating.
まあ、これらは
Deep Dives and Bolt Saucer
7.X シリーズでも
variant.
順次アップデートしていきますよというお知らせとして受け取っておいてください。
So basically, all you need to know is that we will be updating all of these things over the course of 7.x.
カットシーンコストの非常に高い某ヒルディブランドさんのシリーズですけど、
The
開
question
発
is,
にや
how
り
are
た
they
いという
going
ことな
to
の
give
で、
us
ヒ
a
ルディまた
second
活躍してくれる
ultimate and skip
こ
the
とにな
Shinryu
りま
one?
した。はい。
Hildebrand is really eating up our budget with his fancy cutscenes, but the development team really wants to do it, so there will be more Hildebrand.
それから PVP のアップデートも本格的に、スタートするのは 7.1 からになります。まあ、7.0 はね、皆さんメインストーリーや
They're going
ジョブの
out of
レベルアップで忙しいと思うので、
Now, here's-
7.1 から、
okay, here's the truth.
いろんなものがスタートしていくことになります。
I would love for them to give
Our
me an
major
ultimate
PvP updates will be
that's
starting from 7.1
nothing
because we
related to
feel
a
you have
prior
plenty to keep you occupied
fight
with
series.
7.0.
That would be
そ
interesting.
れからですね、世界中でかなりお声を頂戴しているこちらフィールド探索型コンテンツと呼んでいるものをちょっとお知らせしておきます。
And we've received a lot of feedback on this subject, so we want to talk a little bit about new field operations.
一部ですねインタビュー等ではちょっとお話ししているんですが、パッチ 7.X シリーズではエウレカとかボズヤに続くフィールドをイメージした探索型の新たな大型のコンテンツも今計画中です。
I've mentioned this a bit in interviews, but in 7.x we will be introducing something in the style of Eureka and Bolsya, a new field operation.
多人数で参加してですね
There's a name for it now.
攻略を進めていくタイプの遊びとなるよう
I wonder
に
if they announced it, actually.
現在企画を進めています。
This will be something for a lot of players to participate in simultaneously in order to clear.
今後の続報をぜひちょっとお待ちください。
So please wait a bit and we'll give you some more information.
いやーでも
I like that it's called a
時代
field
も変
operation
わ
though,
ったなと
because
思うん
now
で
that's
すけ
what
ど
just Eureka and Boja are.
エウレカを当初ねスタートした時はエウレカの話はもういいよみたいな反応も結構あったんですよ。
Yeah, the times have really changed because I remember when we started with Eureka, everyone was like, oh, Eureka?
まあでも諦めずにですねしっかり遊びのねそういった枠の遊びの一つとしてまあアップデートやりきった結果本当にたくさんの人にね楽しんでいただけるようなシリーズというかコンテンツの形になってきたので、ちょっとね一回お休みしてましたが
If they
7.X シリー
are, they're gonna use it in
ズ、
the
次なる
future
探索型作っていきますので
if
ぜひ
anything.
ですね一緒に楽しんでいただければと思います。
But we saw it through to the end and we worked hard to develop the content into something that a lot of people ended up enjoying. And we have taken a break for a while, but it will be back now and we look forward to developing more similar field operations.
Cool.
そしてコンテンツに関してなんですがもう一個お知らせをして終わっていこうかなと思います。
Okay, just one more announcement content-wise.
The 4-player thing. Oh,
欧
yeah,
州
yeah,
ファンフェ
yeah,
ス
yeah,
で
okay.
お伝えしま
Okay.
した
Yeah,
新
yeah,
た
yeah.
なリミ
Third
テッド
job.
ジョブ、まあ、パッチ 7.x シ
I
リー
thought
ズ
that
の
they're
ちょっ
gonna
と、
miss a
後
four-player
半で
content.
実装とはなりますが、こちらについてお話しします。
I like he just like clicked it.
So we announced before that we will be having a new limited job released in the latter half of 6.x, 7.x.
ジョブ名だけお伝えしておこうと思います。
People were saying Beastmaster.
Today we will tell you just the name of this job.
That's perfect. Oh, it is Beastmaster. Oh, interesting. Okay, okay. See, people were very skeptical about it being Beastmaster. People were very
まあ、リミテ
skeptical.
ッドジョブですので、まあ、ソロでも遊べるし、リミテッドジョブ同士のパーティーでも遊べるような企画というのも今、使用作成
Because
進み
everyone said that they
始め
weren't
て
going
い
to do
ます。
that.
As a limited job, of course, we are proceeding with plans to allow you to play solo or in parties with other limited jobs.
まあ、魔
I
術
want
界
them
と
to
いう名前
confirm
ですの
it's
で、
not a
何かし
DPS
らね、こ
class.
う、ち
I
ょっと
want them
収
to
集
confirm it's a
的な
tank class.
要素もご用意したいと考えていますので、まあ、こちらについてもね、ちょっと 7.x シリーズの後半にはなりますが、情報よりアートとかね、出していけるようになったら、続報 PLL 等でお伝えしていこうと思います。
As it is Beastmaster, we are thinking of having some kind of collection feature to go with it, obviously.
Yeah.
Once we have art and more information, we will share it with you.
Okay.
はい。さて
Interesting.
新情報、
A
まあ、
lot
交え
of
ながらです
people
ね、
said that they
7.0 と
were
か
not going to do
7.x シリーズの
Beastmaster.
展開をここまでお伝えしてまいりました。
So that is our updates about 7.0 and 7.x.
第1次、次、グラフィックスアップデートの進捗状況をお伝えしてまいろうと思います。
But I do also want to take a moment to talk about the graphics update and its current progress.
今回はグラフィックスアップデートもですね、随分大詰めになってきました。今バグとひたすら戦っているところです。皆さんのプレイヤーキャラクターどうなっていくのか、その種族がどうなったのか気になっているかと思い
Oh,
ま
man,
す。
this is all such interesting
So
things.
it is proceeding quite well, but as a massive update, we're currently contending with bugs. But I'm sure you want to see how all the different races are coming along.
皆さんのお使いのすべての種族についてちょっとお伝えしていこうかなと思います。
So I will now show you a little bit about each race that you might want to play.
まずこちらヒューランミッドランダー男性からお伝えしていきましょう。
So let's start with a Huron Midlander male.
ここからはですね、皆さん画面を見て左側が、
Hey, this is my
今の
main right
グラ
here.
フィックス
This
の
is
状
this
態、
is what I
右に
this is the
新しい
race
バ
I
ージョン
play.
グラフィックスアップデートが入った状態を表示していきますので、ご理解ください。
So on the left, we'll be showing the current or original version, and on the right, we'll be showing the new version with the graphics update.
こちらがヒューラングラフィックスアップデート版だとこのようにな
That's
っていま
actually
す。
so
So the update
clean.
this year will look like this.
まずやっぱり髪の毛の
So
雰囲
clean.
気というのが、まあ、非常に明確になってテクスチャー解像度不足していたものも
I
顔
actually vibe with
各ね
that.
パーツ高解像度化
There's so much
され
less
てかなりね
blur,
見栄
and
え
it
するように
looks
なった
so
んじゃない
much
かな
more
と思います
detailed.
So as you can see, the hair is a lot more clearly
So
defined,
good.
and also the texture resolution is significantly improved, and the face looks more natural now.
でまあ繰り返し言ってますけどもっとなんかギラギラバキバキにすることもできるんですけど、まあ、皆さんの持ってるそのキャラクターのイメージ種族のイメージっていうのを損なわないようにしっかりアップデートを行ってますなので違いがいまいちわからんっていうのはある意味ちょっと褒め言葉のような気もしてます。
As I've said before, we could do more, change things more, smoothen things more, but we do also want to keep the image of the characters the same. So honestly, if you think, oh, it doesn't look that different, that's kind of a good thing.
さあそれからですね各種族初期装備種族装備ありますよねあれも今回すべてグラフィックスアップデート対応しています
Also, the starting gear for each race will be included in this graphics update as well.
That's
チ
really
ェック
cool.
も僕のチェックも終わりましたので、初期装備各種族の種族装備のクオリティアップにもご注目ください
My quality checks on that are already done, so definitely take a look at that starter gear when you can.
続いてヒューランミッドランダー女性です、
Here is the Midlander female.
こちらがですね現行の状態
The ribbon detail is
original.
probably going to look super
そしてこ
clean.
ちらがアップデート版となります。
Yeah.
and updated.
I actually
やっぱり
really
髪
like
の毛
that.
の質感、それからボリューム表
Because
現
the shadow
かなり
with her
異なって
eyes,
ます
also with the
あ
hair,
と唇
is
のね
super
艶
good.
表現なんかもう各種族パワーアップしてます、ね。
And the roots are better defined
And
as
you can
well.
see the
I
hair texture
really
as well
like
as
that.
the way that the volume is portrayed are quite different. And also for each race, we've made some improvements to lip shine.
あとはですね、頬に落ちてる影をちょっと見ていただければいいんですが、
The
かなり
art
自
is
然
going to be
に
so
セルフシャド
clean
ウ
when
滑
the
ら
whole
かに
thing is
落ちるようになり
finalized.
ました。
Like it's not even
And
done
also, if you
yet.
take a look at the shadows on her cheeks, you can see that they are much more natural now.
さあ続いてハイランダー男性です。
Now we have a Highlander male
新しいバージョンがこちら。
with the
Yeah,
new
look at his
version.
hair. His hair is so well detailed. And the
まあ筋
starring
肉の
too.
ね凹凸、それに対し
Because
てのこ
it
う
almost
影の
looks
表
drawn on
現、
the
それから
left side, but it
肌
actually
ツヤの
looks
光
like
沢
it's
みたいな
stitched
と
on
こ
the
ろ
right.
非
That's
常に
so
分かりやすい
clean.
かと思います。
I think the muscle definition, as well as the shadows that go along with it, and the shine of the skin are very clear here.
まあ
Very,
今までは
very
ね、こうテクスチャーでなんとかなじませていたみたいな部分がより自然な形になったんじゃないかなと思います。
Yes, before we sort of had a mishmash of textures look in there, but it's a lot smoother now.
さあでは続いてハイランダー女性見てみましょ
And now for a Highlander female,
う。こちらが現行の状態。
original.
こちらがグラフィックスアップデート版となってい
Yeah,
ます
see, I like how
ま
that
あ目
actually
鼻立ち
works.
っていうのが、まあ、非常に鮮明になって例えば髪の生
Everything
え
is
際なんか
really
も
well
かなり
defined.
自然になったんじゃないかなと思います
It's not just the hair,
As you
it's
can
also
see,
the
it's become a
shadows
lot more
and the
natural, especially
textures.
around the hairline.
あとはこう目元の精悍さみたいなところよりはっきりしましたのでやっぱり目元のキャラメイクっていうのは今回どの種族もかなり幅が広がったと思い
Yeah, I
ます
really like that.
And around the eyes are also the features are much better defined, so that will allow you to get a lot more specific in your character
Her eyes are
creation.
more clear in the updated version too,
さ
which
あ
is so
続いて
clean.
はエレゼン見ていきましょう。エレゼン男性です。
Take a look at the Ellison
They'll
male.
probably do this as a way to reveal the
こちら
female
が
Rothgar as well.
graphics update.
I'm kind of seeing it
updated
becoming
version.
like a thing right now.
まあやっぱり目を引くのはね、髪の毛の詳細それから耳の表現の自然さなんかっていうところが結構こ
I
だわり
think
ポイ
the
ントです
most important details
What I would
about
notice most
this,
about this is obviously the details of the hair,
Yeah.
As well as the characteristic ears.
the
まあ
hair
あとこ
detail
の
is
頬
definitely like
骨の
their
あたりの特
biggest
徴というのもまあ結構ちょっとポリゴンが露出
like
したような
showcase, but
状
also
態
the
だったのが
shadowing.
吸盤
The
なんですけ
shadowing
ど今
of the
回骨格
hairstyle
表現が非常に
actually
滑ら
like
かになったんじゃ
working
ないかな
with
と
the
思います
hairstyle is really, really
The
cool.
cheekbones as well.
But
We're
it'll also
having
be
some,
more defined even if you
polygon
change the
issues
characters as
before,
well.
but
So it's going to be
they look
really,
much better
really cool.
defined.
まあちょっとね若返って見えるかもしれません
He might look a bit younger and fresher than before.
続いてはエレゼン女性こちらが現行となります
Here's the original for an Ellison female.
そしてアップデートされた
Yeah,
エレ
see,
ゼン
I'm
女性
loving
こうい
it.
った
I'm loving the
形
details of this every
updated
single
version.
time because it's so
まあ
clean
もう
that
特に
they
ね
actually
全体的
showcase
にやっ
it.
ぱり
Also, look at the
ポリゴン
leather
の
detail on
表
her
示数というのが
collar.
増えた
Or
こと
her,
で滑らかになってこれ
like
ま
here,
で以上にで
her
すねイメ
collarbones,
ージを
like
保
that
ち
is
つつ
so well
14
defined
ならでは
too.
のリアルさみたいなところにちょっと近づけられたんじゃないかと思います
So with the increased poly count, I think it's become a
'Cause
lot more
also
natural,
with the-
and it should be easier for you to get
the
a sense
detail
of
right there,
realism with your
it
character,
looks
or
like it's
perhaps
just
realism
drawn
in
on
an
top of it.
FF14 sense.
But with
あ
this,
とは
it's
額
actually
のあた
like
りのやっぱ
embedded
り
in
こう
it
セル
like
フシ
an
ャドウですね
actual
自分の
like
髪の毛が
emblem
自分に落ちる
print.
こうセルフシャドウが
So it
ちょっ
doesn't
と
just
ね
look
こ
like they
う
just take
処
like a
理が
sticker right and just
し
threw
きれ
it
な
on
い
there. It
状態
actually
でちょっ
looks
と
like
浮い
it
て見える
was
んですけどこの
like
影の
stitched
セ
into
ルフ
the
シャドウのあ
actual
たりもかな
clothing
り自
line.
然になったんじゃないかなと
So
思いま
it's
す
so clean.
Previously, the shadow with the bangs was not very natural, but now it is much improved.
あとはこれちょっと素
Because
材
that'll
感
also
の
come into
話が
place
分かりや
with
すい
the,
んですけ
with
ど
the
種
daytime
族
settings
装
as
備の
well.
この
And
首
even for
元のレ
cutscenes
ザーを
too.
ちょっと見ていただくと
The cutscenes with this will look
めちゃめちゃ
so
そ
much
の
better. Like
グラ
all
フィ
the
ックスアップデー
cutscenes
ト
will
版
look
皮
so
の
much better.
模様が表面体表がちゃんと書き込まれているというか見えるかと思います
You can also see, if you look at the collar of her gear, you can see the improvement to the material quality of the leather.
これはグラフィックスアップデートされてる
Also, the frill in her hair at the top here, like that shadow was just painted. That section's painted. They took that out in the updated
いろんな
version.
川の表現
It's actually
今回
all
出
one
てきますの
color,
で
and the shadow
川や
actually
布
like is
その素材
underneath
感
the
ぜひ注
hair.
目してみてください
So it actually
With this update,
it
it's not
looks
just
so
like
much better.
there's
Dude.
leather that has a singular texture. There are a lot of different qualities of leather that we were able to portray, and cloth as well. So definitely take a close look.
Yeah.
では続いて
No, I see it
元
for
から
sure.
イケメンの代名詞である
His
ミコテ
ears are
男
gonna
性
look so
です
much better.
So these are our classic pretty boys, the male Mikote.
Oh my
も
god.
ういいんじゃないかな彼は
It's pretty good looking already.
こちらがアップデート版となります
This is the updated
Yeah, I
version.
actually really like how that
こ
looks.
うまあやっぱり唇のツヤとかですね髪の毛のこうふんわりした雰囲気目元のこういうシャープさっていうところがよりこう皆
You
さん
can
ね
actually
調
see the
整して
sharpness in his collar too with
生き
the
やすくなっ
art.
たんじゃ
Well,
ない
I'm
かなと思い
covering
ま
it, but
す
you can look at it on his
But
relative left
The
collar.
lip
It's like
shine,
sharp
the hair, and
points,
it's
and
sort of
then
fluffy
for
texture.
the updated
And the
version, it's
sharpness
more
around the
blended, and it
eyes
actually
are
looks
all
like he's like
improved with this new
wearing it.
version.
It's actually
ラ
really,
ハが
really clean.
さらにイケメンになってしまうな
And with the shadowing of
I
his
think
eyes too.
Graha's going to be even more of a hottie now.
Because even the inside of his ear, you can
では
actually see that there is like an
見ていき
inside
ま
of
し
the
ょう
ear.
And let's take a
Which
look
is
at the
really cool.
Mikote female.
はいこちら
I think she'll have
が
the same
現行
exact
版
details
となります
This is the original
そしてこちらがアップデート版です
and the update.
Yeah, look at the way how the
この
the
肌の褐色っていう表現もですね、まあ、単なるこれまではちょっと色の調整みたいな形だったんですがよりこうやって艶が出せるようになって環境光が暗いところだと本当に潰れてしまってたんですけど暗いところでも褐色の肌を使っている場合に
Oh, I
色
can
が
actually see
潰
the
れなくなっ
shadowing
て
too.
しっかりこう
Because
肌
the
の特徴
shadowing
っ
of
ていう
her
のが
skin
今
is so
回
much
出せ
more
るようにな
polished
りま
as
し
a
た
result of it as well.
Right, so with dark skin, previously we only had the ability to sort of change the color of your skin. But now we have this improved shine and depth, so that even if your character is in a dark environment, you will still be able to see the features of your skin.
ま
Yeah,
あ
I
特に
really respect
面白
that.
いのが東京ドームのバックスクリ
Because
ー
you
ン
know
の
that they're
並んで
doing
る
it for
映像を見ると、
every
まあ、同
possible
じライティン
color
グ環境下
combination
なん
that
ですけど
exists.
もう全然やっぱり
So light skin, dark skin, even like with blues and reds for like Rothgars, a lot of it will look
Yeah, if you
very,
look at the
very
screen
clean.
on the back here, it's the same lighting really, but they look totally different.
Yeah.
さあ続いて
Because it
こ
does,
ちら
it does
ルガ
look
ディン
painted
男
on the
性です
original.
Continuing on to a Rugadin male.
そしてこちらがグラフィックスアップデート版
This is the updated version.
Yeah.
もう純粋に全部パワーアップみたいな感じになってます
Yeah, because you can actually
I just
see
feel like
like his
generally we have
his
powered
his
him up.
skin.
やっぱり
Like
元
his skin
々
actually
のこ
looks
う顔のね凹
like it's
凸
been
表
washed.
現というのがまあル
It's
ガ
a
ディン
very
影響
good
が大きい
update.
種族なんですがそれぞれがですね自然に馴染むようになったんではないかなと思
Even
い
his
ま
cheekbones is
す
also better defined
In
too.
general, all of the limitations we had before had a really significant effect on Rugadin faces in particular.
Yeah.
But I think that the update has really
I kind of
improved
get that
them.
though.
僕のフレンドにもねやっぱルガディンすごいこだわって使ってる方いるんですけどさらにねまあ、そのフレンドがどういったこう調整してくるのかちょっと個人的に楽しみだったりします
I have a friend who is really obsessed with Rugadin, so I look forward to seeing how he will adjust his character in light of these updates.
は
Even
い
the
で
tattoo
は
as
続い
well
て
is
ル
very
ガディ
fun
ン
as
女性
well.
いきましょ
Now let's take a look at a female Rugadin.
う、こちらが現状の状態です
This is current.
You'll definitely notice that with the color
そ
of
して
the
アッ
of
プ
the
デート
clothing
によ
too.
り
And
こういった形となりますあらありがとうございます
Yeah, look at the
大
nose
きな拍手をいた
detail.
だいてますありがとうございます
Thank you very much.
The nose detail is
まあ
so
ルガディン
clean.
女性やっぱりこう男性と同様にですね各パーツ制約の非常
It's also
に
nice
多
that
い
it doesn't
状
look
態で
like
こ
it's
うこれまでね開
like a
発され
low
てい
resolution.
た状態
I
でした
feel like you know what the even crazier part is
So
too is
similar
that
to the
this is probably
males,
not even like
each
in
part
like
of the
ultra
female
high
face
settings.
was
You
really
can probably
affected, by the
maximize the
limitations
settings
we had.
for
ただやっぱりこうパ
the
ー
game as
ツ
well
それ
when
ぞ
it
れ
comes
の
out.
精度
So
が
it's gonna look
非常に今回高く
even
なった
better.
ことによってまあなんかパーツ感オブジェクト感みたいなのが減ってしっかり顔全体馴染むようになったんじゃないかなと
It's gonna
思
look
って
so
ま
good.
す
I can't wait.
But because we've been able to improve each part, they now blend together better. It looks less like they're just sort of a bunch of objects and shapes assembled.
Because like
あとはこう肌の
I
表
think
現と
what
か
people also have
そ
to
の
notice is that
頬 に
they're only
ライトが当た
showcasing
った
to you
時
like
の
the players, like the player races and like the jobs or like the skin texture of the character, it's going to go much beyond that. It'll also apply weapons.
Overall, how it looks, sort of the clarity of the skin is also improved.
They're going to showcase it as well with a lot of weapons as well.
I feel like a makeup commercial.
If you want to know like a really good example of this, I would take like a mental note of the warrior weapon for the current Mandeville weapon, like the 645 Relic from Mandeville. I would look at that
and update
and take a mental picture of it and then look at it again. It's going to look so different. I think even the Dark Knight weapon as well.
So we actually tried so hard to update this that we maybe can't tell the difference.
髪はね、分かりやすいアップデートなんですけど、瞳とか
No,
肌と
they've
か
already made the
ここも
difference.
ね、
The
見てくだ
shadow
さい。
underneath the hair
The
is
hair is
there.
probably the easiest to tell the difference, but the skin and
The
eyes
actual
have also
detail
been
of the
improved as
scarf
well.
is
とにか
also
くララフェルの
lined, which is
男性
good.
女性に関してはイメージを維持したま
But you
ま
can actually see the
全
detail.
く変わってな
Like
いじゃん。
it's
でもよ
not
く見
just the
たら
face,
す
it's
げ
the
えみたいなところ
clothes.
に
The
め
clothes
ちゃ
are
くちゃこ
so
だわり
clean.
ましたんで。
We tried really hard to maintain the image we had of Lalafels while still making the
The only
individual
detail that's kind of
improvements.
hard to see with this
可
one
愛
is
らし
the
い、お
nose.
人
The
形のよう
nose
なね
looks
雰囲気っていうのは維
relatively
持
the
しつつ
same.
ですね。
But their nose is
ポリゴン
also very
この
small
まぶたの
detail,
上
so
に
it's
あ
kind
る
of hard to
丸
have them
みと
actually
かですね
showcase like a big difference.
より自然にしてですね、頬のラインは
The
より
easiest
ちょ
way
っと
that you can tell
丸くね
is
綺
the
麗に出る
larger
ように
the
かなり細かく
like
調整してます。3回ぐらいリテイクしたは
not the
ずな
pixel,
ので
but you know.
Like
the grape,
while
the whole
maintaining
grape
this sort
debacle,
of cute
that's a
and
good example.
doll-like appearance of the
And, like,
Lalafels, we
weapons,
did make
and, like,
adjustments to
art.
the eyelids to make them look
To,
more natural. We rounded out the face a bit better.
Like drawing
Honestly,
pieces
it
and
took
whatnot, yeah.
3
A lot of
separate
it will look
tries
very,
to go
very
over
good.
and over this until we got it right.
So
あ
this
と
is
で
going
す
to be
ね、
very
初期装備
exciting
の
to keep
ちょ
in
っと
mind
襟
of.
元見てください。これまでのこちらもね、素材に比べてそう素材の質感までこう表現されてる。さっきはね革でしたけど、こちら布で確認できるかと思います。
Yeah, because then they're
If
going
you
to
take a
do
look at
female
the gear
Lalafell,
here,
then they're
you
going
can
to
see
do
that the
the auras,
cloth, similar to the
then
leather
they're
from
going to do
earlier,
the
is much
Vieras,
improved.
and they're going to do Rothgar last, and then they're going to
はい、
announce
では
that
続いて、
female Rothgar
ララフェル
is
女
a
性いき
playable
ましょう。
race. So that's going to be a
Now
really
we'll take
cool
a
way
look
to
at a
like
Lalafell
ease into the
female.
announcement. Look at the scarf on this one too. The
このように
scarf on this one,
なってます。
detail-wise, you can actually see the
It's been
lining of the
updated like
scarf,
this.
and it looks so
ララ
much
フェル女
better.
性もですね、やっぱり先ほどお伝えした通り、男性と同じようにとにかく自然さを徹底して愛くるしさを残したまま、さらに細かくキャラメイク調整できるように、不審してます。
As with the Lalafell males, we wanted to prioritize making them look more natural while still keeping them very cute and lovable. And we think we've opened up a lot more possibilities
Yeah, because you
for
can see
more
that she's also
delicate
glowing
character
better
creation
as
now.
well.
特に今回ね、サンプルとして褐色の肌にしてきましたけど、よ
I
り
love
こ
I
う
love the lining
顔の滑
detail
ら
of
か
the
さ
scarf
が分かりやすいはずなので、
and the hair.
もう比
The
べたら
follicles
一
in
目
the
瞭
front
然
of
ど
her
れだ
hair
けやっぱ
also
り動かした
it's
時
so
に
much
自
more
然に見える
easier
かっていうところ
because
を
the
こだわって
smaller
い
details
ます
will
ので、
also be
ララ
more
フェル使ってる人多分いっぱいいますよね。
defined and
So
that
with the dark
resolution
skin, I
will
think
look
it's
much
pretty
cleaner
obvious
too.
the quality of the skin on the face and the depth of the structure there. Do we have a lot of Lalafells here?
いますよね。いっぱいいますよ
There's
ね。
some, there's some.
ラ
Oh,
ラ
yeah,
フ
there's
ェル
quite a
ね
bit.
上の方にもたくさんいますよね。あ、すごい言
I see
っ
you
て
up
る言
top.
ってる。もうそうなんですよ。ララフェルはもうとにかくもう配信でもいっぱいいらっしゃいますね。
And a lot on the stream as well.
はい、では続いてアウラ男性です。
Next, an aura male.
こちら、
I wonder how the
ア
Olympic
ップ
ring
デ
will
ート
look
版
with
と
it.
なってます。
And here's the updated version.
Oh yeah,
や
it
は
kind
り
of
こう
it
暗い
blends better.
肌にした時の肌の質感
Because
表
it's
現っていう
very
のはめちゃ
bright
くちゃ分かりやすいですし、
currently with his eyes
まあ
on
そ
the
れから
original. It's
角
very
とか
bright.
鱗っ
It
てい
blends better
うも
in
の
the
に関
updated
しては
version
皆さんの
too.
ね、
So
これ
it
まで
doesn't
公開し
take
てきたも
away
の
that
のフィードバッ
color,
クを受けてかなりギリギリまで
but it
こだわ
does
って調
still
整を
define it,
続
which
けて
is
おり
really
ます。
nice. So I actually really appreciate
So
that.
as you can see, the texture of the dark skin is improved, and also we've been taking on board your feedback from what we showed previously, and we are continuing to improve the horn and scales.
まあより精悍さが増してですね、角とか鱗部分は本当にねテクスチャ解像度がアップしたものがねかなり効果的に効いてるんじゃないかなと
Yeah,
思
I
います。
really like how well
I
they've
think the
actually
texture, the
defined
improved
the
textures
scaling.
really help out with the horns and scales.
これでヨハイさんにもナーマが見つかるといいね。
I hope a certain man can find his Nama now that he's graphically improved.
続いてアウラ女性いきましょう。
Let's look at an aura female now.
こちらが現行版です。
It's the original.
こちらがアップデート版。
Oh
And the
wow,
updates.
her define is actually kind of like
もとも
strong.
とアウラ滑らかなね
The
肌の雰囲気持っ
eyes
てたん
is
で
a
すが、それを
different
より
detail
滑らか
too.
に
The
表現し
scaling on
て
her neck is also
鮮
very
明で、
very
まあ、
strong.
美しくっていうところがポイントです。
So these Aura females already had quite a smooth and delicate appearance, but we think we've been able to improve that even
I
still.
actually really
特にアウラは
like
です
that
ね、目
detail
元
because it's
専
too
用
bright
の
with
シ
the
ェーダーと呼
original.
ばれて
It's
いる
much more
専
realistic
用の
with
描
the
画をこ
updated
こ
version.
目の交際だけに取り入れてますので、これまでのような雰囲気を再現することもできますし、今回のようにね、瞳をより明確に際立たせるっていうことも可能になってます。
We've used some special shaders for the eyes, so while you can still get that look that you're used to, you can also get something slightly more defined in the eyes, like on the updated version example here.
もちろんですね、アウラを使ってらっしゃる方でですね、いやいや、正気のないこう瞳というかね、あれが好きなんだよっていう方いらっしゃるの分かってます。
Because we are aware that among the Aura players, some of you really like that currently dead and soulless eye look that they have.
ちゃんと、パラメータいじれば再現可能になっていますので、チャレンジしてみてください。
If you adjust your parameters correctly, you can still get that, so just give it a go.
ぜひですね、各種族こだわりのキャラメイクというのをお楽しみください。
And in general, with all of the races, please look forward to adjusting your character to your preference.
でそこでキャラメイクなんですけど、いじりたいですよね、皆さんね、キャラクターね。
You want to get into character creation, don't you now?
ちょっと今条件はまだ精査中ですが、プレイヤーの皆さんにですね、幻想薬一つプレゼントさせていただこうと思ってます。
We're still working out the details, but I do want to get every one of you a free Fantasia along with this.
That would be very cool.
ね、グラフィックスアップデート、
Yeah.
アップデートでクオリティ
I think that's also
高く
very
なる
important,
よ
though.
とは言っても、やっぱり皆さんのキャラメイク
Because
それぞ
for
れ
characters who
の
are
数値が今のアップデートさ
not
れた
even
バ
for
ー
the
ジョ
sake
ン
of
と噛み
changing
合う
like
とは
their
限らない
races,
の
but
で、
just because of the
よりですね、
like the
皆さん
detailing.
のキャラクタ
Like for
ー
example, my
グレードアップ
character
させて
is
いただくためにも
is
幻
a
想薬
Highlander,
お配りしようかなと思い
the
ますので、
muscle
ぜひですね、それを使って
scale is like very
こだわりを
high.
ね、さらに
With
高
the
品質
update
な
of the graphics,
皆
I'm
さんのキャラクター作
probably
ってみ
going
て
to
く
want
だ
to
さい。
scale it down a bit.
Obviously, even
To
though
not make
the
it seem
update will
too
overall raise the quality,
defined,
there's still the
basically.
possibility that it won't give you
Because the
exactly
details will
the
be
look
very
that you
strong
want
with
right
people who are
away.
like very
So we
muscular.
do want to give you that Fantasia
It's already
so that
very
you can go
strong,
into character creation
as it
and
is.
adjust your character to suit exactly what you imagine.
That'll be really cool if they
では
actually
続
allow
い
us to
て
do that.
ロースガールになります。
Oh, they're doing Rothgar next.
Next, we have a
Yeah.
Rothgar
Okay. They're
こちら
gonna
が
they're gonna do the
アップデート
female one
バージョン
afterwards.
です。
Yeah.
and the update.
やっぱり最も大きな恩恵はファーシェーダーと呼ばれるもう毛並み専用の、さっきアウラはね目でしたけど、今回ファーシェーダーと呼ばれる毛を特別に描画するっていうのが14についに実装されましたので、これが一番大きいです。
This is definitely the least detailed, but the hair
Similar
is the
to
most
how we
is the
had
most
these
detailed.
distinctive eye shaders on the Aura, for the Hrothgar
Yeah.
we have distinctive fur shaders that will make their fur more realistic.
これはね、もうすいません、もう触ってもらって動かしてもらうのが一番なんで。
The
It's
next
better if
graphical
you can sort
update,
of see it for yourself.
the next future graphical
Right,
update will
続いてビエラ
really
男性です。
define.
And now
them.
Vieira male.
Oh, they're skipping
も
female
ともとね、
Rothgar.
完成度高
Okay, so
いん
they're
ですよね、や
doing
っ
it in
ぱり。
order of release,
I
I
mean,
guess.
already he looks pretty good.
アップデ
Okay.
ートです。
Okay.
And the
So they'll do
updated version.
female Vieira and then they'll do female Rothgar. And make it
も
like
と
the
も
big
と完
announcement
成
that
度は
we're
高いん
working
ですけ
with
ど、
the
今
race.
回ね、
Okay.
我々がイメージしていた、理想形により
The
近
shadow is the biggest
づけ
detail.
られたんじゃないかなと思ってます。
He already looked good, but we think we've brought him closer to our original vision for what the Vieira should look like.
まあや
The
っぱり
sharpness
こ
of his lips is also
うセル
like
フシャドウ
tuned
影の
down
入
a
り
bit,
方
so it
全
also
然違うのが
blends
多
well
分
with
分
his
かって
face.
いただ
That's
けると
also
思う
like a
の
really
で
good look.
特徴をですねより強く表現しやすくなってキャラメイクの幅広がってますので、ぜひ理想の
He looks more
ビエラ男
edgy
性
in the
追求してみて
updated version.
ください。
It's good though.
So the shadows, of course, are much more natural, and also the distinctive features of the Vieira are much easier to draw out now. So please do go in and make the Vieira of your dreams.
では続いてビエラ女性です。
And now we have a Vieira female as well.
こちら現行の状態。
That's the original.
こちらがアップデートバージョンです。
And the
Ooh.
updated.
I like that they're
これだ
actually
け
showcasing to
黒
you
いね、かなり濃い
skin
色。
color as well to
まあ、よ
really
り
show.
より
Because I
ダーク
don't
寄り
think
の
that
カ
you
ラー
can
を使
get
っても
as
今回のね
I
全
think
体
this
的なシェー
color
ダー耐えられるように
palette
なっ
is
てます。
not available for like other races.
So as you can see, she's
I
quite
don't think
dark skinned,
Makode
and
has
our
it. I
new
think Makode's
shaders
is more
can
darker.
handle
This is more
that
of like a
level
bluish
of
dark,
dark
yeah.
skin.
正
So I
直
really like how the
14
shine
こ
works
の
out
ぐらい
for
の暗さの肌とかテクスチャーが一番実は苦手で、影に入ると全部質感潰れてしまって凹凸も分からなくなるっていうのが、まあ、非常にねやっぱ開発しづらかったんですけど、今回ここまで表現できるようになってます。
Honestly, historically, 14 has been pretty bad in terms of displaying this type of dark skin. You enter a shadowy area and it all looks bad and falls apart. But with our new shaders, that will not be an issue.
この状態でも影による陰影、
You kind
それ
of
か
have
ら
to
綺麗に
rely
ね
on like
感
the
じられ
lighting
るよ
of
う
the
になってま
area,
すし、
even if there is
唇
no
のね
lighting, so it
艶なんか
showcases
も
to
しっ
you.
かり出てるかと思います。
And even with the already dark skin, you can see the effects of
This is
lighting
technically
and
the
shadow
final
are very
like gender
natural
and
and look
race,
good.
so they should after this.
続いてなんですが、グラフィックスアップデートのさらに続き、
They're not showing
染
rock
色
art
箇所が
for
鈍
That's
い
gonna be
になるという
kind
お
of a
話です。
burn.
And now also with the graphics update, we will talk a little bit about our 2-die channels.
I
ちょっと
wonder
サ
if
ン
they're
プル
gonna
いくつか
actually
持ってき
make
まし
that
たので
announcement.
見
If
て
they
いこうかと
don't,
思
I
い
think the
ま
people
す。
might be a little
I've
bit
brought
like
some sample
just sad
images,
about
so
that.
let's take a look.
これがですね現状の状態。次
I
が
love 3 images.
まあ
Yes,
今
one
ま
dot.
で
Yes,
染
thank
色
God.
まあこのね
They're
ナイ
so
トの専
smart
用
for
装備
this.
だ
They're
と
so smart for this, actually. This is
布の
fire.
部分マントとね布の部分が
Because
染
now we
色
can
可
see
能
what
で
it
した。
looks like when you double
So on
dye
the
it.
left we have the original, and then in the middle we have the 1-die channel dye affecting
I already
the
have
pink.
this set dyed, so I'm actually
でこれがで
excited.
すね今回鈍い染色可能になるので、こういったことがね可能になります。
But now you will have 2-die channels to be able to create something like this.
This is sick.
まあ鎧本体の
Very,
カ
very
ラーがね
sick.
調整できるようになります。
There's obviously
which
still
allows you to
certain
color the armor
details
as
that they
well.
won't let you change, but it works.
続いて、
What is this, minor?
こちら
I think
も
this is
見てみ
minor.
ましょう。まあこちらがですね今オリジナルの状態。
What will
So
be
this is the
interesting is if they show
original
you
status of this gear.
online
今まで
store
の
outfit,
染色
like on the
ですね
Loki-ness of
革
it
の
all.
部分
That'll be
黒に
very, very
できて
cool.
た。わかりますね。
And with our current dye capabilities, you can change just the leather color.
まあそれ以外のね布部分っていうのは染色できなくて
Yeah, the
白に固
white
定
will
さ
be
れて
able
ま
to
し
be
た。
dyed different
However,
colors,
the
right?
clothing itself would always remain white.
それが今回2箇所染色できるようになるので、まあこういった
Yeah,
色の違い
yeah.
出
This
せるようになってい
is
きま
so
す。
clean.
But
This is
now
so
you can
clean.
dye both.
Yeah. They pick 2 options
これ
and
は
then they'll
カ
eventually.
ラーの
Yeah,
なんだろう
this makes sense.
こう色変化が分かりやすく
A lot of the
してる
small
ので、
metal
なんか吉田
details will
センスねえな
probably
と
be
か思わないで
unaffected.
くださいね。
So yes, I think you can see the contrast now, and you might be able to judge me for my color choices.
さあ続いても、こちらがオリジナル装備。
Here's the original for a different piece of gear.
Yeah. This is also
続
only
い
the
て
the
こ
coat
ちらがね
doesn't
今ま
change.
で通
Yeah.
り、服の部分ですね、布の部分染色できてました。
And how it looks to dye it right now, just dyeing the cloth bit.
そして今回、染色が鈍いになるのでこういった
Yeah.
カラーの変更が可能です。
See, so
But
the
in the future,
leather
this is what it
with
will
the
look like
brown,
with 2-die channels.
that
ただやっ
stays
ぱ
the
り
same, and then the detail on the
革
collar
全
doesn't
体
change.
革の部
But
分
the
は
necklace
ですね、やっ
changes,
ぱ
which
り
is a
こ
cool
う
additive
装
of
備
that
のデータって
detail,
細
which
かく
is
なってい
cool.
て、同じ革に見えるんですけど、この中央の胸の部分っていうのは全く素材の違うパーツで作られているので、
There are
やっ
parts that they won't
ぱ鈍
dye.
い染色じゃあ
Yeah.
そこまで巻き込んでできる
Until
か
they
っていうと、ちょっ
incorporate
と
like a
そうはならない
3-die
ので、
system,
こういった鈍い
which
目
I
が
think
どこ
we'll
が
get
染
in
色
the
できるよう
distant
になるのか
future.
っていうのは、す
I
いませ
don't
ん、うちのキャ
expect
ラ
them
ク
to
ターチーム
not
のセンスを信じて
eventually
やってくださ
make
い
it。a 3-die system.
So the reason that the entire leather is not dyed is actually because the middle piece is a different material system-wise than the rest of it. And this is a limitation that we will still have when creating these new gears with the 2-die channels. So you'll just have to sort of trust in the aesthetic sense of our design team to make sure that the right parts are being dyed.
まあ全てのね細かい部位にやっぱ
I
り
would
対応
love
で
for
き
them
て
to
いるわ
showcase
け
an
ではない
online
の
store
で、
item
まあ
set
できる限りですね、
just to confirm that it's not just items that are going to be
同一素材の
acquirable for
面
free
積
in
が
game
多
kind
い
of
ところ
ordeal.
をと
You know
に
what I
か
mean?
くちゃんと染色で
If
き
they
るように
apply
今
it to also
全ての装
set
備
that you
に
can
手を入れて
purchase
ます
on the
ので、
online store,
少々お待ちくだ
that'll
さ
be a
い。
very, very good sell.
But even though we can't promise that you will be able to dye every single bit, we are doing our best to make sure that we are giving you the best options possible to customize your gear as much as possible with the greatest amount of surface area being dyed. So we are working hard on it, and we thank you for your patience.
グラフィックスアップデートの報告、ファンフェスではねここまでなんですが、今後これらの要素はですね、黄金のレガシー発売までの間に、プロデュースされたライブなどをやって、実際実機でねこう光を当てて動かしたりしながらまたお伝えしていこうと思いますので、ぜひ楽しみにお待ちください。
That is all we have to share about the graphics updates for today, but I will be giving ongoing updates up to the release of Dawntrail in PLLs and such, so please keep an eye out for that.
すいません、ちょっと水もらえないですか？
Can I get some water, please?
今気づいた、用意されてない。あ、来た。ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。さすがに口カラッカラだと。すいません、すいません。
Unfortunately, if you stand up here for this long, your throat will get dry.
うまい。うまい。
I wonder
Amazing.
what the shirt is going to be that he has. Is it anything special? I don't think so, though. It looks like a regular
さ
red shirt,
あ、
but
で
I can't
は
tell.
続いて、各種お知らせに入っていこうかと思います。
All right, so let's move on to some more additional updates.
で、ここからはですね、この 7.0 黄金のレガシー発売までの間に、行われることをちょっとご紹介していきます。
These updates will pertain to the time period before Dawntrail's release.
さあ、まず動作環境の変更がグラフィックスアップデートによって行われます。
So we will be having our updated system requirements.
すでにねお知らせさせていただいてますが、ぜひご確認の上ですね、準備の方よろしくお願いします。
We have announced these previously, but if you have not yet taken a look at them, please do and make sure that your system is up to spec.
PC 環境でプレイされている方で、やべえまだ準備できてないっていう方、
Anyone playing on PC who just realized that they had not yet updated how they needed to?
I'm good.
あら
for
結
now.
構いらっしゃいますね。
Although I will
まだ
definitely be
結構
buying
いらっしゃい
a
ま
new
すね。
PC
あ、まだ結構いらっしゃいますね。向こう
in the
もだ
future.。
あ、なるほど、結構いらっしゃいますね。この日本のファンフェスティバルではですね、各種、PC メーカー、それからデバイスメーカーの皆さんが協賛してくださっており、協賛ブース展開もございます。まだですね、グラフィックスアップデートに備えていらっしゃらない方はですね、ぜひ協賛ブースの方にお立ち寄りいただ
I
いて
think
で
the
す
game will
ね、
also play a lot
PC の
smoother
買い
too
替えなど、
because of the
デ
engine
バイスの
update
買い替えな
requirement
ど
as
ご
well.
検討いただけると
The
大
game's
変
going to
嬉
force
しく思
limit
いま
itself
す
a。little bit.
Fortunately, we've partnered with several PC and device makers today, and they have a special booth set up so you can look at the equipment. So if you're not yet updated, maybe take a look over there and consider what upgrades you need.
はい、では続いて、すでに、お知らせ何度もしていますが、フリートライアル拡大しております。
As we mentioned previously, we have also expanded the free trial.
すでにね、パッチ 6.5 から実施されてますが、フリートライアルの範囲が 4.0、4.x シリーズへと拡大しています。
We have expanded the free trial through 4.x.
まだですね、14の世界に飛び込んでいらっしゃらないお友達とかね、ご家族とか、興味持ってるよみたいな方を、見つけた時にはですね、ぜひフリートライアルから若葉をこうバッて植え付けて、参加させていただけると嬉しいです。
So if you have any friends or family, or you just run into someone who's like, I was considering playing, please foist this upon them as much as you can.
続いて XBOX、 いよいよ XBOX One リリース2月に OBT を開始いたします。
As far as Xbox goes, we will be beginning the open beta test in February.
こちらはですね、2月21日頃、ちょっとまだその前後数日ずれる可能性があるんですけど、2月21日頃、オープンベータを開始させていただこうと思ってます。
Our current plan is to begin the open beta around the 21st. Plans could still change a few days in either direction, but that's what we're aiming for.
ぜひですね、Xbox ユーザーの皆さん、プレイの上でですね、この OBT から新たな冒険 7.0 備えるためにもね、冒険スタートしていただけると嬉しいです。
I really hope that a lot of Xbox players will get started right from beta and join us in 14.
Xbox ゲーマーの皆さんとですね、光の戦士としてオールゼアでお会いできるのを楽しみにしております。
And I look forward to meeting a lot of Xbox players as Warriors of Light in game.
そして続いては、こちら新たなるクロスオーバークエスト、ファイナルファンタジー16、
They're gonna give
の
us the
旅
announcement
路、
date for it. I'm
順調
assuming
に
it's
で
like
すね、
March or
マス
something.
トアップしております。
Like after
And
March,
we are
maybe?
continuing our development of this new crossover with FF16.
こちらリリース4月上旬公開予定とさせていただきます。
So this will be released in
Close.
early April.
Very close.
まあ 7.0 への期待感がガーッと上がっていくそのちょっと前ぐらいに出していこうかなと思いますので、欧州ファンフェスティバルでねお伝えした通り多数の報酬ご用意しております。
So we are planning to release this just before the hype peaks for Dawntrail. And as we've mentioned previously, we do have quite a nice variety of rewards for those who complete it.
またファイナルファンタジー16はですね先日 DLC 第1弾も、リリースしてですねその世界さらに拡大
Oh
中
yeah,
です。
the other piece of DLC for 16 also.
So and also we have released our first DLC for 16. You might be aware.
ファイナルファンタジー14 7.0 を待つ間にファイナルファンタジー16のプレイもぜひよろしくお願いしますと、ファイナルファンタジー16プロデューサーの吉田さんから、伝言を預かっております。
Oh gosh.
And I happen to have a message from the producer of FF16, someone named Mr. Yoshida, who says that while you're waiting for Dawntrail, you should give 16 a try.
すでにプレイしてくださった皆さんも DLC 含めよろしくお願いしますとくれぐれも伝えてくれと申し使っております。はい。
And also to those of you who are already playing 16, please check out the DLC, and thank you very much.
はい。
You get that meme of him giving himself a medal?
な
Yeah.
んとかぴったり予定通りに基調講演終われた気がするので、さあファンフェス始めましょうか。
We're ending right on time. おい、待て待て、吉田さん。
Anything else?
何か忘れてませんか？
忘れてる？何か？
Am I forgetting something?
ロス？ロス？え？
Something froth?
ロスがある？あ、
Oh, the female Rothgar
Rothgar?
thing? True, true,
Ukramoto,
true,
no?
true, true.
Ukramoto, yes.
Ah,
I already
yes.
forgot as
そうだった、
well.
そうだった。
I figured they were
そう
gonna make the
ミコテだと思ってた
announcement
んです
during the
よ。
graphical update.
But I totally thought Wukomat was the Mikote.
ご覧いただきましょう。どうぞ。
Let's look.
Ooh. Oh, the detail for this is actually so sick. Interesting. Because she also still has the original design right now. She hasn't been tapped on with the update. Ooh. Okay. I actually really like what they've done with her art-wise. Actually so clean. Oh, that's actually so good. Okay. Actually really clean. Because I actually like that they have such a wide variety with it as well. I love that art design with the Gunbreaker sword. Bruh, she's built to be a Gunbreaker
最
100%.
後の種族であるロスガルの女性をプレイヤーキャラクターとして実装させていただきます。
Thank you. After a long wait, we will finally be implementing the last race, female Hrothgar.
さまざまなねデザイン候補の中からできる限り、ストレートな解釈というのを
I want that
心が
sword,
け
if
て
anything.
強くて しなやかなタ
I
イプ
also
を持つ
really
種
like
族
the
として、
base glam
今
for
回デザ
Rothgar
インして
female.
き
That's
ました
actually such a clean look.
We did our best to straightforwardly make these as sleek and strong looking as possible.
Because also like male Rothgars at their base foundation are very savagery
こちら
looking.
設
They
定ですが、
kind
ま
of
あ、イ
sort
ル
of
サ
don't
バ
have
ード
that
に
look.
由来する種族となっており、ロスガルね、もともとイルサバード大陸に出自を持ってます。
Also, the detail with the
As
tail
you know,
extension, that's
what
actually
we
such a
have
cool
for the
detail for
Hrothgar
that base
currently
kit
is that
too.
they hail from Ilsabard.
比較的ね出生率、まあ設定もう出ているのでこれまでもお伝えしてきたんですが、女性の出生比率が少ない種族ですが、優れた指導者とか傑物をね輩出しています。
Okay.
So you will be aware of this from the setting we have in game already, but female Hrothgar are typically rare, but they do have surpassing leadership qualities.
Yep.
今回の物語に登場するトラル大陸ではですね
Makes sense.
ヤクテル樹海が今回本拠地のような形で登場してきます。
As far as Tural goes, they have a home in Yaktel.
Okay.
彼女らとの出会いというのにもぜひご期待ください。
So please look forward to meeting them.
もちろんねプレイヤーの皆さんがキャラクターとしてご自身のねキャラクターとして選択可能になります。
And of course, you will be able to play as them as well.
Cool.
種族の追加
What would
は
be
大
crazy
変なの
is if they
で
announce it
最
to
後に
come
したい
out
最後に
before
したい
Dawntrail
と
instead of with
私
Dawntrail.
常々この10年
I
言
can
ってまい
kind
り
of
まし
see
た。
them surprising that.
Making a new race is really hard, and I have continually said throughout these 10 years that this will be the last one.
これでプレイヤー種族の追加を最後にしたいと考えておりますが、どうなるかは分かりません。皆さん次第です。
And I'd like to say this will be the last one, but perhaps I can't. It depends on you.
はい、先ほどね冒頭ご紹介した新キャラクターウクラマトもロスガル女性です。ぜひですねウクラマト非常に魅力的なキャラクターになっていますのでご注目ください。
Of course, our Wuklamat that we introduced earlier is also a female Hrothgar, and she is really a lovely character. So look forward to meeting her.
I'm looking forward to having her join the support system for the.
これでようや
content
く、
that we're doing.
忘れ物も皆さんにお伝え
She's
しました
kinda
の
already
で
built like a
基調
tank.
講演も終わりにしていこうと思います。
Okay, and now with that, we are finally done with the keynote.
では最後こちらを紹介して締めにしたいと思います。
But at the very end, I would like to show you one more quick thing.
Ooh. Oh, it's so good. It's so clean. There's a problem
はい、
though.
こちら吉田明子さん書き下ろしのアートとともに気象公
There's
演
a problem.
締めたいと思います。
So with this art from Yoshida Akiko, we will end the keynote. Thank
The
you.
problem is that there's a
という
lot
わけ
of
で
people
黄金のレガシー
missing.
ちゃんと出します。2024年に出します。発売となります。
We will, I assure you, release Dawntrail in
That's
2024.
kind of scary
発売
actually.
日コレクタ
I
ー
didn't
ズエディ
see
ション予
Alpha
約
No
特
Alize,
典など
Estinian,
情報は
Yestola.
きちんとまとめて次の機会に大きくまた皆さん
And
に
they were talking
ア
about
ナ
the
ウンスさせていただ
Scions
きます。
being divided.
もう少しだけお待ちください。
And we will get the information on when the pre-order date is, as well as all of the
Oh, they
collectors'
didn't announce that.
information
Oh,
and
that's such a
special
true point,
bonuses
though.
as soon as we can.
こちら
They
の後ね
didn't announce anything.
見たことないキャラクターがいたりもするんです
game
が
case-wise.
ぜひそのあたりはねちょっとご想像してワクワクしていただけると嬉しいです。
There are several characters you won't have met before in this art, so
Yeah,
maybe
the person
think
at the very
about,
top is
what kind of
questionable.
people they will turn out to be
Also, the
and
guy
get
next
hype.
to oh no, that's Urianche. Sorry.
さあではケイツさ
I don't
ん
know who
通
the
訳ありがと
other
うございまし
machinist-looking character is
た。
though.
ありがとうございました。
The machinist-looking
Thank you, guys.
Makote is interesting. But yeah, there's no Estinian, there's no Alphino, there's no Alize.
ではこのまま
There's
ファ
no
ン
Stola?
フェスティバルオープニングに移ってまいりたいと思いま
That's
す。
interesting,
まずは
actually.
この方々お呼びしたいと思います。
Surprisingly
株式会
enough,
社
the
スクエアエニ
keynote
ックス
provided a
代表
lot of
取締役
information.
社長桐
We
生
got all
隆
three- we have all three
そ
jobs.
してファイナルファンタジーシリー
We have
ズ
the
ブ
raid
ランド
tier.
マネー
We
ジ
have
ャ
the
ーの
ultimate.
北瀬義則です。どうぞ。
Alright, opening ceremony. That is the official finale of the keynote. Honestly, really exciting stuff to come. The problem is that this keynote would have been so much longer if like You know what I mean? If we had even more stuff to announce. But they obviously got to keep us in the loop between now and then, and of course in the future. So we'll see.
はい、改めまして、東京ドームに、本日足を運んでくださった皆さん、そして配信を、ご覧の皆さん、ファイナルファンタジー14ファンフェスティバルにお越しいただき、本当にありがとうございます。
It's actually going to be very interesting.
すいません、いろいろ今日もですね話を考えてきたんですけれども、ピクトマンさんのですね発表を聞いてしまってですね、頭の中が今ちょっと真っ白になってまして、皆さんに助けていただければと思うんですけれども、私も皆さんご存知の通り黒魔道士で普段やってるんですけども、ピクトマンサーですね、私やってみようと思うんですけども、さっきピクトマンサー手を挙げられた方でですね、私と一緒に立ち回り助けてくださる方、ぜひ拍手をお願いします。
Or a different story tier for the sake of the second ultimate. Because we're definitely going to be getting the Eden Ultimate first. The second one won't be announced until later on. We don't even know who's even announced the detail of the ultimate either. Job-wise,
全部のジョブをやってらっしゃる方で、私がユカペロしている時にですね、助けてください。拍手お願いします。
We will see. We will see.
助けられてばっかりや。すいません、こんな感じでですね、普段ここにいるキャスター吉田さんにもですね助けていただきながら、本当に私も一人の光の選手として日々楽しませてもらっています。で、そうしたですね、この皆さんとのつながり、絆というところでですね、本当にこれから先も皆さんと一緒に元気な思いを届けていきたいというふうに思いますので、これから先もどうぞよろしくお願いします。
That most likely will be all for now between now and then. I do believe they're going to be doing the opening ceremony in a few minutes, so definitely take into that, enjoy it. I'm super excited for everything that they've announced so far for Dawntrail. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys next time.